Hi. Sorry we're a moment or two late. I just wanted to let you know we're having thunderstorms in the area. I think they've passed. The worst have passed. But if in case we go off accidentally, that's where I went. Let's see. Hello, Michelle. Hello, Anita. Hello, Zara. Hello. I guess Nyx will be on soon too. Nyx is our guest tonight. I have a couple things to say hi to everyone before we get started. Hi, Gemma. Oh, the gang's all here except for Tammy's. We're waiting for Tammy to jump in. She probably will. Oh my goodness. How has your week been, everybody? I drank my tea already. I have only a swallow or two, and now I'm like, overly hot. Can everybody hear me? Made it! Yay! Hey everybody. Hey Gemma, did you ever send me your new logo? You said you were getting a new logo made. I have to send them out tomorrow. I know. I joined Muttnuts live this afternoon. Not joined as in I didn't appear on screen or anything. I just jumped in and chatted up everybody because I had a little while on my hands and saw she was live, so I thought I'd jump in. So we had a good afternoon. We had some fun times this afternoon. I hope to see a couple more. Oh, thank you, Gemma. Thank you for hearing me. Zara, how long are you on today for you? My week has so far been relaxing. Great. Are you off the whole week this week, Zara? For your birthday week. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Oh, yep. Please do it right away. Starlight, hi! I saw you today on Michelle's screen. We'll be going off to work shortly. Tear. I I do want to let you know that I'm going to talk about the challenge that's starting in August. I can't believe we're halfway through July already. It's absolutely freaking impossible. Hey, Dawn, glad to have you here. Glad to have you here. Okay, just checking something. The details are ready for My Favorite Things 2024. And I'm glad my gal pals are here to go over it with me. If I forget something or get it wrong, please correct me. You got about 30 minutes yet? Oh, good. I'm glad it's an easier work week for you, hun. You're not sure which one of the canvases you're doing yet. Well, you have about a week to decide. Okay, so I put out a video earlier today, about 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, that detailed all the highlights and lowlights, so to speak, of everything, but we can go over it again now real quick. But basically, I wanted to make sure that everybody knows. Your birthday was last week. Yes. Sorry, Sarah. That's right. You were off last week and I wasn't on because I was at the shore. Let's see. You need to be subscribed to all three of the YouTube channels, Zara's and Gemma's and mine. And you need to fill out the Google Doc. Now, I'm going to add this to the chat here because I'm on StreamYard tonight, so it's easier to have easier to have Nyx on tonight. And I might be through the whole month of August because it's a lot easier to pop you guys in and out. Oh, thanks, sweetie. WorkBasket is one word, just for kicks and giggles. There's the Google Doc link. There was one person who tried to get on there and they actually changed the questions for some reason. They put their information where the questions are. So, oh, thank you, sweetheart. I'm going to put them together tomorrow on a Canva and send them right over. to Crashly, because we've been finally gotten communication. They had a retreat in during the month, and it was hard for her to catch up on everything. So I don't know. Nyx is special. She's coming on tonight. Let's see. So fill out the Google Doc. Even if you filled out a form, Gemma, with me before, since my computer went down and I lost half of them, please go in and fill out a Google Doc. That's the only way I know who's going to be participating. So far, I have Zara, I have Dawn, I have Tammy's, I have Jamie's, Tammy Vickers, Anita's, Salma's, and Margaret's. That's it. If you're on the replay crew, which means you watch these on replay, hi everybody. Don't forget, there are 2 members who have a membership to my my channel who don't have their form in to me. That's Gail and 3 Pink Roses. So if you're one of those, please, Joy, hey, Joy's here tonight too. Glad to have you, hon. Joy is going to be a guest with us in August, one of the Tuesday nights in August. I'm glad to have her here. So, okay, so please, please, please fill out that doc. It's just rolled up, scroll up in the chat. It does not have to be a new start, and you do not have to complete it. It can be any craft. See, the whole point about this is that in August, it's toward the end of the summer. Have we had our vacation, or winter in Zara's case? Have we had our vacation or not yet? Have we had our time to chill out and relax? I don't know. We want to see one of your favorite things. What do you want to work on? It could be something new. It could be something that you want to finish. It could be something that you've been dying to get to and hadn't gotten to try yet. So it has to be exemplify in some way things. Looking forward to that. And it has to be, you have to make a decent amount of progress. Depending on the craft, depends on how much a decent amount of progress is. There are no heavy rules about how much you have to accomplish, because that, again, depends on the craft. And we want this to be a relaxing one. You haven't decided on a kit or a spare project. Okay, Gemma. That would be nice, Michelle. That would really be a nice one, that one you showed today. Did you confirm if that was all gems or not? Mm-hmm. Okay. So on the Facebook group, which I can also put in the comment section now. No, why did it fill up the Google Doc again? All right. Over here. And where did it go? There it is. Control copy, not Control X. View. There we go. It's a regular drill. Okay. So, yeah, there's the Facebook group. Tammy will post a beginning, like, put your beginning pictures now. You can post as many pictures as you want during the month as to your progress, and then she will post an ending one. Put your final progress picture in a post on the Facebook group. That's how we know if you participated all month, that kind of thing. There will be a prize every live chat on Tuesday night, just like tonight. Thank you for being here. And the 2 Saturday morning chats. The Saturday morning chats will be joined with Zara and Gemma. The 3 of us will be on. And that's the first Saturday morning and the last Saturday morning of August at 9 a.m. So you have 9 p.m. on Tuesdays, 9 a.m. on those 2 Saturday mornings. There will be a prize, a smaller prize given out each of those Tuesdays and that first Saturday morning. We will have a guest with us that first Saturday morning too, and I'll talk to you about. Hey, Tammy. Okay, very good. I know you're in Florida with your family. Thank you for coming in and popping in. And um, hey, hi, Jamie. Good job. Jamie, if you want to go into the Google Doc again and just I put in a new question that if you have a um, the first week in August, Tammy will put up a post in the Facebook group saying, post your beginning pick somewhere in this post and add it to that. So anyway, getting back, Jamie, if you want to go back in and just add um, your YouTube channel or whatever in that doc, that I can save that as well. So, and Gemma, in case you missed it, please fill out the Google Doc too, just so that I have all the latest information. It does include your birth month and day, so that if you become a member of the channel, that kind of thing, I'll know your birthday, so I can send you a goodie on your birthday, depending on which of the two you choose. So anyway, back to the live chats. The sponsors this year, the first one of them is Art and Soul Diamonds. Yay! And Cheryl Carpenter will be, oh, okay, wait a minute. I'll be on the last Saturday one in Melbourne, Victoria, Australia, as I will be attending my brother's installation as Dean of Wangaratta Anglican Cathedral. I hope that I got the pronunciation correct. Okay, will do. I'll go see if Karen has done it. Karen has not done it yet. I do not have hers yet. Okay, so Art and Soul Diamonds, and they donated a diamond painting, which is going to Gemma. And when she receives it, I'm hoping she can send me a picture of what it is so that I can show everybody online. And they donated, I think they're the ones who donated the stickers, Gemma, if I'm right. I still haven't gotten the box of stickers yet, but I didn't expect it yet. It should be on. My work basket on Etsy. My daughter and I are finishing up tomorrow all the pictures of the 40 Diamond Art Club and Dreamer Design and other diamond paintings that'll be for sale on my site. You will get a 30% off during the whole month of August because you are here. Okay, so that's how, and my goodie boxes. Depending on what craft you say you also add, that you also do, I might throw in some other goodies in your package if you win it for that Tuesday night. Teresa Kozer is donating a diamond painting from DAC. And if you want to see what that one is, it'll be posted on the Facebook group, and it's in the YouTube thing that I put on earlier. We are also, Zara and Gemma and I are going together to gift you. One of the grand prizes will be a gift certificate to Amazon. We're putting that together again. That will be a $60 gift certificate to Amazon. You will have your choice of several different grand prizes. And I want to give all the grand prizes away. So far there's only 9 signed up. So come on, gals, get your friends to sign up. So there's some competition for the prizes, or not, because every single one of you will win then. All right, Nyx's Notions, and why she's going to be here shortly tonight. She is one of our wonderful sponsors. She has made trays in this gorgeous color. I can't wait to show you. Can't wait to see them myself. But they will have my favorite things written on the side, engraved on the side of their the tray, the wonderful tray. I cannot wait. Not wait. I'm sorry, Gemma, I was so late in sending you the goodies. The information, I'm getting them out as soon as I can. Okay, so Crafts with Crashly. She is making custom event release papers. She's creating two different ones. One of them, what's no, honey? What's no? No, what, Gemma? No problem. Oh, got it. Thank you. Nyx is in the house. Hi, Nyx. Okay, so we'll get to hear from her tonight. I have a whole lot of questions, Nyx, so we're going to be on for a while, but not near as long as Nyx's streams. I was able to be on her stream a couple weeks ago, and I absolutely loved it. So anyway, Crafts with Crashly, she's doing two event release papers that and giving us a discount code. You're press send too soon, no problem. One will be with my favorite things 2024, and all three of our meatballs. My little girl, Gemma's Gem, and Zara's West Aussie logo and our little things on it. That's one of them, and the other one is going to be the screen that you click on to come into live. Not the lives, but my other one with the little girl that says Wanda's Workbasket. Call her my crafty gal. My Wanda's Workbasket, and where inspiration and creativity meet, or something like that. That kind of thing. Thank you, Anita, for popping up all the different links. So please be sure to check out the past chat here if you're just dropping in, or if you're on the replay crew, so that you can see all the links. And we have another supporter. This year we have Joy's Diamond Painting and More. She has a special putty that she has created. I think it's special to go with ABs in particular. I'm not sure if that's the one, but anyway, she's donating some a percent off and something for the main gift. So I'll tell you all about the different gifts, all about the percentages you can get off on the sites, all the URLs and the little codes and things in August. I will put all that. Cat wearing diamonds. Oh, Gemma, I can't wait to see that. I cannot wait to see that. Ah. Can I pop it up? If you send it to me, can I pop it up? Let me see. Let me see. Okay. Oh, good. I can send Crashly the things and thing. I don't have Gemma. I didn't get the email yet. Or did you message it? You messaged it to me. There it. Oh, that's cute. Let me download that. Save image as. Can I put it in a meatball? Can I put it in a meatball size? All right, now let me get back to seeing where you guys are at. And if I go into my downloads, which I just got it. I'm sorry, Nyx, I'll be with you in just a second. Ah, can't wait to show it to you guys. Can I do that? Shay designed it for you. Ah, cool, 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 cool. Oh, Nyx is just about here. I can see her in the green room here. All right. Let me see. I'll be with you in just a second. Let me see. Am I new rushing time? Okay, perfect. Let's see. I want to share. Where's my present? And I want to show you Gemma's new logo. Ah, isn't that awesome? Diamond painting with gems. Isn't it cute? I love it, Gemma. I love it, love it, love it. Very cool. Very cool. All right, let me stop sharing that screen. That is so cool. So that's one of them. The other one's going to be the meatball. Okay, so The other one they wanted to tell you, I told you about the Google Doc. Everybody has to fill one out, please, 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 please. I gave you the details for my favorite things. I'm going to have a new video on this week about updating the remember the video I did that like a lot of people watched about why are painting sales tanking? Well, that I'm updating it because I think the industry has been reacting to some of the ideas from all of us. They are starting to listen. So I'm making an update on that. That's coming up. The next one, the artist that's going to be with us the first Saturday in August will be Cheryl Carpenter from Art and Soul Diamonds. I am looking forward to talking with her. And like I said, Joy will join us. Tammy's even going to come on screen for a Tuesday night during August. So I'm so excited. Got Gemma's logo. Oh, the one last thing, and you can all think about the kooky question of the night too. But one last thing I wanted to tell you, I just found out today. Art Dot had sent out. They had an affiliate link with Art Dot for quite a while, and uh, thank you guys who purchased from Art Dot through my affiliate link. It helps with a tiny little bit. Oh, bye, Zara. I know you have to go to work. Love you, babe. Talk to you soon. Talk to you Friday, I believe. Next week, Friday. Next week, Friday. Okay, so see, Nix, I have ADD too. You can tell. Okay, so they had sent around a questionnaire. They had asked all kinds of things about what you liked and what you didn't like about the company, and if you gave some half intelligent answers, they sent you a prize. So they sent me an advanced diamond painting, and I got it in the mail this week. Today, and I'll show it to you in an unboxing or something. So that was sweet. I guess they liked my answers because they asked me to be a preview affiliate with them to review some of the new products, and they want to send me a bunch of stuff. So I'm like, yay! I'm feeling so cool, about that. And as we go on later on, oops, Nix is out of her chair, so we'll wait a half a second till she's available again. Oh, there she is. I want to show you some other things that I got this week, and the question of the night that I want you all to ponder and write in the comments. If you're on the replay crew, write in the comments. I thought of it last week when I was at the shore, and what happened to me at the shore was a Tuesday. One of the mornings was a very foggy. Thank you, Dawn. I went and sat in a pavilion, and it was early enough in the morning before you had to pay to go on the. Hey, Carissa, glad to have you. You're at work, but try and listen when you can. Perfect, no problem. You'll have to look at the replay to get the information for our August event, and then you can look in the chat and get all the links for coming up as well. So as I was sitting there for like an hour or two, I was watching this group of very young and muscular guys learn how to surfboard. That was an interesting thing. But the gal that was sitting there taking tickets, yap, 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 I had no peace the whole time. I saw an older lady, a little bit older than me, come into the other end of the pavilion and sit there, and she had so much sand all over her feet. I didn't have sand on my feet, but because I stayed in the pavilion. So I went over to her, I said, "You need baby powder." She goes, "What do you mean?" I said, "You need baby powder. Baby powder on wet or dry feet, full of sand or whatever. Put a liberal amount of baby powder on your feet and it falls off. You will have dry shoes and dry feet without sand between your toes to walk home in." She said, "I didn't know that. I didn't know that." So I gave her my powder and she used it, and she was like, and we had a wonderful conversation. about why she's down there and about her summer, and we just started up a conversation. So it was kind of fun. Yeah, it was really fun to meet someone new. And so my two crazy questions for the night. Have you met someone new lately? Just struck up a conversation with the random stranger? And how did that go? And the other question of the night is, have you done a random act of kindness for someone in the recent past? And what was it? So while you're contemplating those questions, I'm going to bring Nyx in. Here she comes.
Hi guys! Hi gang! How's everybody doing? Oh my gosh, Don P, Carissa's Crafts and Things, Anita, Mutter, Maria, Casey, hi, nice to meet you. Oh my goodness, the whole gang's here. Tammy and oh my goodness. Hi everybody, and Wanda, thank you for having me. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to be here.
Excited to have you. I just want to be sure that the people in chat are not hearing an echo. Hi, Miss Liz.
I got an echo.
Are you hearing an echo? Anyone hearing a bad echo? Because I usually wear my headphones and they're in the other room and I'm too lazy to go get them.
I do not hear an echo. Miss
Good.
Lizard, hi darling. Don P, hi darling.
Hi Marie. We need to keep let's see. We need to keep Miss Liz's spirits high. She recently retired. So
Diamond Painting with Gems, hello. Lovely.
Our random act of kindness tonight will be to keep Miss Liz's spirits up. Okay, Gemma. Love you, sweetheart. Random act of kindness. A girl didn't have enough to pay her stuff the other day. Oh, isn't that sweet of you? And these racks feel so, so wonderful. They just feel like the world lights up when you do them. Okay, I want to introduce you to Nyx. And she is one of our sponsors for the My Favorite Things this year. And I'm so, so glad to have you. I cannot wait to see the trays. I'm so eager. I've been telling everybody all about.
Oh, let me change my OBS because I've got the green screen on, but here it is, guys. Okay, this camera does not do this color justice, but it is got hashtag my favorite things on it. Okay. And again, this camera does not do it justice because it is an ombre color. And it is kind of a neon kind of green, and it fades into a yellow and then fades into a darker green that rolls over, and you can see how it's kind of a yellow in the bottom with the green stripes. And also too, if you look right here, you can see the ombre effects. Now guys, this is a brand spanking new color that is not even on Nyx's Notions yet. Okay, you guys will be the first ones besides Anita that has this color. Okay, on the back of it is 2024, and on the other side is Nyx's Notions, and the tray itself is oh my gosh, I gotta go look it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 inches long, and it is 1, 2, 3, 3.5 inches wide. Also too, it's got 1-inch sides for those heavy shaker people. Okay.
Love that. And the gems don't go flying. I love that.
There you go. And I am so sorry, but this camera is not doing this tray justice. And we finally got them finished printed for you. There will be goodies in here. Please excuse my nails. I've been making putty all day. So anyway, I will have some goodies in here, and they will be bagged up. And so not only will you get the tray, you'll also get some extra little goodies and what have you. So anyway, there you go, my favorite things.
Generous.
And you will also get 2 plugs. This might show you the colors. See the different colors there?
I love that.
So anyway, I am so sorry that I have not got these to you yet. It's just I'm running a sale and been crazy busy. So anyhow, they are all printed. I just got to put the goodies in there, stick them in a bag, and pop them in the mail to you like tomorrow.
I can't wait.
I
love the way you close them up on the end. I love the color. It's just gorgeous. It's called Forest Sprite, I'm told here. Anita says it's called Forest Sprite. It's so beautiful.
Yes. And again, right this minute, we are fixing. I will have the entire set. Okay, everything that I make. Confetti carousels, the travel trailers, every tray that I've got, because you know how people love to match stuff, and they gotta have everything matchy. So this color will be available in pretty much everything that I've got, and pin stand and all like that. So also too, we have the new release, the steampunk release paper treasure chest.
I saw it on your Etsy shop today. I thought, wow,
right.
What is that?
We're gonna try this in that color and see if it works, because all of the gold pieces, okay, and the top, those colors don't change. And as you know, that I've got over 70, well, honestly, I've got over 100 colors to choose from that are in stock. Okay. So there's no drops. I don't do drops or anything like that. So you order it, you got to give me time to print it. Okay. And there's other orders in front of you, but this color here, we're going to try to do it in a treasure chest, but I gotta see how the gold and that bronze on the top with the twist is gonna do with this color. But other than that, you guys will be the first ones to have this. Other than Anita got the sample tray that I printed, and then you were the second one for your event. And if anybody is holding an event and needs a sponsor, just hit me up. All I got to say is give me at least 6 weeks in advance, okay? Because I have so many orders that come in. We take the orders as they come in, because nobody jumps the line, nobody's special, and printers
Nix,
only
I can't
print
see you, hon. Wait
Pardon?
a second. I can't see you. Let me there.
Nope.
See.
I have
when
to
go to the bigger one. You're not in the. There you come.
I had to change my OBS, so I was showing you the tray. But anyway, there you go. This is, and see, I've got green screen on, okay, and you can tell that it's got green in it because you can't see it. That's why I had to change the OBS to show the other. I run 2 cameras, so anyway, that is why, because green screen's on and you can't see nothing. So,
I'm going to ask you later if you have a travel trailer that you can show, and if you have one of the steampunk things to show, that would be great. too, if you have it. If you don't, if it's not handy, don't worry about it.
We do have the steampunk right now. It is strictly in the basic colors, which is walnut and sands of time.
I love that.
It is on the site. And also I am having a store-wide sale. Everything in the entire store except mental health awareness stuff is on sale. So it will be on sale. It's Christmas in July, and the sale ends on the 31st at midnight. So there you go. That gave I ran it for the whole month. And even the putties are on sale, and the trays, and the pins, and anything and everything that's in that store is all on sale. So the only thing is I'm a huge mental health advocate, and the trays that I have for those and the things that I have for that are not on sale due to the proceeds go towards mental health awareness.
Of course.
So Mr. E just set me up with the items that you requested to look at. If you would like to see those now.
Sure. Go right ahead.
Later,
I'm gonna give you the screen. I'm gonna see if I can give you this. Whoop, how do I do that? No. Nope,
okay, you know what? Do it again, what you just did, and put your mouse on my picture and just slide it over.
Oh, okay. Oh, perfect. Okay.
I know. It took me forever to find that, but yeah. So anyway,
I'm
gang,
gonna mute myself for a second.
I am not sure why I do not have two images tonight, but anyway, not a problem. Now she wanted to see the tray, so I have to switch back to the desk view here so y'all can see that. This is what color? This is Unicorn Party, right? This is the travel trailer. Okay, and if I'm not mistaken, this color is Unicorn Party, and the travel trailer is for people that mostly work out of baggies and what have you, and it's got the stands in here, and I'm putting them in crooked, but anyway, the color of this is Unicorn Party, and you can see the ombre fade on that. It's got travel trailer on the side. Your green and yellow, okay, will be in the travel trailer as well. Again, it will have the full complete set, and you can also see on the inside. Let's see if I can get those out. And these are adjustable, okay? And again, it's for holding how we get our baggies. Sometimes our diamond paintings come in baggies. That is what this is for. So anyway, and lid is kind of like a zipper lid, and all you do is hold and slide.
That is so much fun. I'm going to get one in the new color.
There you go. Okay, it is not going to break. It is bullet. What I am a bull in a china shop, guys. So this is why I beat and bang on everything to let you know that if it can get past me, it can get past, because I'm worse than a 5-year-old. Okay, give me something and 10 minutes later it's done broke. But this is the Unicorn Party, and the color, which also has the matching trays, the confetti carousel, and everything else. I don't think do we have a confetti carousel? No. I got one on my in the bedroom on my table. So anyway, there's the travel trailer that you wanted to see. Huh? Okay. Anyway, and these are the two, these are the steampunk release paper treasure chest. Okay, and if you turn the knob, if you look right here and right here, when you turn the knob, okay, the handles go in and out.
Oh, I love it.
That hold the lid on. The gold colors stay. Okay, so you can't choose that. These are prototypes. Okay. This is most probably going to get moved to the side, like where my name was. And we're most probably going to put, because these are brand spanking new. I mean, hot off the printer. Okay. This is the walnut color. And all you do is you turn it and open. This fits standard size release papers. What is it? 4x6. Okay. This is standard size release papers. We also, and how did come about?
You said 4x6?
This is 4x6.
4x6.
And this is the Sands of Time. They're both identical. They both work the same. Here's the sides. Okay. And again, this part here is with my name on it is gonna go here on the side, and it's gonna have the date on the back. But and we're gonna put treasure chest or something here. Again, these are prototypes. Now the prototypes are listed on Nyx's Notions. Okay, and they're on sale. So anyway, I also have these in Diamond Art Club release paper size, the 4x4s. Okay. I had, this is a customer request. They come and they go, hey, can you make me a box that's 4x4? And I'm going, 4x4? That's an odd size, you know? And then what happened, a friend told me that Diamond Art Club had come out with new release papers and they were 4x4s. And I'm like, okay, because they were all standard sizes. So anyway, there you go, guys. This is the walnut. This is the dark, which I absolutely love. The gold accents, the bronze sets it off. And this is why I was saying that if you see how you got the yellow tray, the green and the yellow, well, you're gonna have these gold corners. So I gotta see what's gonna look, you know, like ugly as homemade sin, as they say. And I gotta and see what's gonna work. All I got to say is when y'all choose a color, keep that in mind, because if you get it and you go, I don't like this, you're the one that chose the colors. So anyway, and this is Sands of Time. This is a lighter color here. It's more of a kind of a what?
It's pretty.
Like a sandalwood. Mr. East, that he's behind me. And he is the creator of this. There are no others. This is out of his little brain cells. So there you go, guys. And
looks like a puzzle box. It is so pretty.
It is. And again, these are just the prototypes. Right now, I am going to change this because I would prefer for it to have something else on it. Also, too, we are thinking about having these personalized, available for personalized, and somebody's name can go here. That's why I want to get my name off of the top and put it on the side, like the tray. So I do have a truckload of new items that are fixing to be added to Nyx's Notions. Between Phoenix Fantasy Event and just playing catch up from that and sales and orders and what have you, everything's printed. I just have not had the time to take the pictures to get them up on Etsy. So everything's ready to go. I got new Anita with vanilla chai latte putty is which fixing to be next. Cherry delight. And so we've got a lot of that going on. I've got 3 new colors that are coming out. I'm bringing Ice Dragon back. Everybody loved Ice Dragon. Ice Dragon was in 2020 and ran for about 6 months, and everybody's been begging for me to bring it back. So I'm bringing Ice Dragon. Then we've got we've got your color here, and then we have what's the other one? Illusions. And illusions, which that is a cool color. It has got like 5 different things to it. So there's going to be a whole bunch of stuff that's added. Again, right this minute, believe it or not, I just got through a mountain of like 50 putties. So I make them in batches of like 50 per type. So anyway. And forgive me, please forgive me. I believe that I heard you said that somebody it makes putties. Please, I'm not trying to step on nobody's toes.
Oh, no, that's okay. That's fine.
I think that I'm not a putty maker. I am a tray person. However, what happened was I've been doing this for 3.5 years now. I got burnt out on trays. And it was like, I looked at my husband and I said, if I have to see another tray, I'm going to take a swing. So I was bored and, it was like, all right, I got to do something different. I got to have something to play with. So that is where the putties come from. And they are, this is Holy Guacamole. That I am working on right this minute. This is the closest. This is the
avocado.
Yeah, it's the holy guacamole. And so anyway, they're just different, and I am not competing against nobody. And please, I'm not trying to step on nobody's toes. I am fully believe that the internet and the diamond painting community is big enough for all of us. If you want to come on Saturday Night Live with me and advertise your putties in your store, you are welcome. Wanda, you better be coming back to Saturday Night Live.
I will. I get to the end of Saturday night, and it's like, what time do you go on Saturday night?
Me, I go on at 8 o'clock. I got one more thing to show you.
Eastern time.
8 o'clock Texas time.
Eastern time.
Okay. 8 o'clock Eastern time.
And these are.
Oh, I love those carousels.
These are my personal. Okay, so I'm gonna go with this one right here, and that's my pin. No, y'all can't have it. But what it is, okay, is we have the covers and plugs that go on top of the P-Rose on the tray, okay? And then we have the this is flexible. This is
I
like
need to get a cover
Tupperware.
for mine. I didn't get that last time.
And it goes over the whole thing.
Love it.
If you have the lids on the P-Rose and you have the lids on top of this and the dog gets a hold of it, the cat knocks it on the floor, I can promise you ain't gonna lose not one drill. But anyway, again, this is mine. This is kind of my mix match collage colors. And this is Motley Dragon, which I absolutely love because it is a 5 colors. It's purple, green, pink, and yellow.
It's pretty.
And no two print the same. This is your little trash trays, or for my bottles is the putty. You also have the pin stands, and you will get an extra set of these. The only warning that I have is these two pin stands, because they go in little bitty notches. If you have to be gentle, okay, because of the fact, see how small that tip is. If you snap that tip off in there, there's no getting it out. And
Joy, thanks for coming in tonight. Joy, Joy is the one who is doing putties for us, and
oh,
she will
okay,
be a guest for us on a Tuesday night, first Tuesday night, I believe, in
okay.
August.
And again, I please forgive me. I'm not trying to step on
No,
nobody's
that's fine.
toes. And
Come back again, Joy.
so have a lovely evening, Joy. I'm not sure which Joy. But anyway, because I'm not sorry, I'm not looking at chat. But anyway, and it spins. Okay, so I have 3 of these that sit in front of me, and at the top of, and I love confetti. And I do not even take the trays out. I'll pour a little bit in each one. I'll take the bottle. I'll set the bottle here at the top so I'll know what I'm working on. And I just spin to what I need. And you know how you pick out your little square on your diamond painting, right? Well, I will look in the square and I'll get out the what I need for that square. I put them in here. And again, I don't even take the trays out. It's just dot, 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 spin, dot, spin, dot. And for me, I've got a big enough surface to where I can have 3. Now, we also have what is called the stackables. What you do is you take these out, you pull straight up, okay? Because again, see how small that is? You don't want to snap that off. That is the weakest part of this entire tray. And you take out your putty. And the only difference is that the stackable does not have the wheel on it. Okay. And it all sits on top of each other like stacking pizzas. Okay. I do not use the stackables because I have the covers for the Puros and I have the cover for the whole thing.
Can a stackable go onto the carousel, on top of the carousel, if the bottom one is the carousel?
Yes, ma'am. It stacks right on top of this as you have the base, okay,
yes,
that turns, and then you have I'm gonna use the lid here, and then say this is the other one, okay, and it stacks right on top, okay. It fits perfectly. See how we got the lines here and what have you. Now, another thing you'll notice is on the side here, we've got cutouts. So if you want to put the number,
that's perfect,
okay, of what's here, you can. Because that was one of the questions, or you can put it here to the side next to it. Me personally, I use the little bottles, okay, and I just stick the little bottle at the top. That helps out for me. But you can stack as many as you want. It holds up to 6. Mr. E was trying to make this in the shrimp boat, but and have 4 shrimp boats, because the shrimp boats is our biggest seller. However, the math did not math, and due to the size of our printers and due to the size that the tray would have to be, it just didn't work. It just didn't work. So anyway, if anybody has any questions,
can I see the color of the other one that you put aside a second ago? I love that color. When you flashed it on there for just a few seconds.
This one?
Yes, the teals. What's the different colors there?
This is Motley Dragon. And again, they're both the same filament. Okay, that's why I was saying that no 2 print the same. think of, okay, who crochets? All right. Think of an ombre or
A variegated yarn. Yeah.
variegated yarn. Okay.
Yep.
Well, you know as well as I do, when you stop and start, okay, on a quilt or an afghan, that you're starting a new color. Okay. Well, it's no different with the Motley Dragon. Okay. Every time it prints, I have no control over what color is going to be printed. Now, I do have the set where if you want to buy extra P rows in a specific color, you can. I listen to everybody. So when they come and they go, hey, can you do this? Hey, can you do that? If I can pull it off, if me and Mr. E can pull it off, yes. You know, I listen to all questions, suggestions, and comments. Okay. So anyway, but yeah, that is Motley Dragon.
Oh, I love that.
There's the pink, there's the orange, there's the yellow, there's the green, there's the blue, and here is the teal. So
my heart.
it is the same as this, okay? Just you know, I printed this one and then printed this one, and you know, so again, if please everybody, if you buy from Nyx's Notions, look in the description section, okay? Because I promise you, I've got every detail. I've answered every question, including my underwear size, okay, in that description. So please just, you know, click on the description. It answers all of your colors. It answers all your questions. I have right this minute in the confetti carousel, I have 75 colors. And again, I do not do drops. These are, you order it, you just got to give me time to print it. Okay. Usually from order to ship is we're shooting for 2 weeks. It depends on how many orders I have. And again, a printer will only print so fast, and
Yes.
I got 10. Okay. Matter of fact,
Nighttime, Bureau. Night later. Have your fun on your vacation with your family.
good night. Matter of fact, I just upgraded all 10 of my printers to bamboos, and man, you talk about go from a Pinto to a Lamborghini. It was
wow.
whoa. Okay. So the print time just quadrupled. So it was, you know, it takes literally a fourth of the time with the new printers as it did with the old printers. So we were at 4 weeks. Now we're down to 3 weeks from place your order to it going out the door. And if I can get it sooner, and you know, again, it just depends on the amount of you know, amount of orders that I have on any given time. And when you place an order, if you will look at the top of your invoice, it will give you a delivery date. Okay. And so all of that is there. If there's anything that anyone else would like to see, the diamond, this is my diamond painting pen, and it come from Kevin's DP Pens.
That's my husband. He's making molds for me for something that, not a tray, but something that we're putting in development. And we will soon.
Fabulous!
Hopefully by the end of August,
any,
we'll have
you know, if you need any
Not a
help with
tray.
anything, I am always available. And please
Sure.
forgive me for over talking you up.
No, go right ahead. You're the star tonight, so go ahead.
I can. Well, everybody that knows me knows that I can talk to a fence post if it's.
Don't forget, I have a whole list of questions here.
So anyway, this is, I can't leave this one out. This is from Diamond Pen Pals. It's got my name on it here. The only thing is, and it's a roll stop, so I love my pen. And I always give them a shout out because they're great pals, and so is Kevin's Creations. This is called Nyx size, okay, because it is the size of a Sharpie. Okay, if you look at it, it is the size of the Sharpie because I have children's hands. I have very small hands. And the large diamond painting pens were always so long and heavy, and all of a sudden the weight over here kept, I would start dropping it. And when I diamond paint, I do marathon diamond paintings for like 3 days straight. So you have to have something that's comfortable. So if you guys go to Diamond Pen Pals and or Kevin's DP pens, and you want one that is this size, like I said, it's the size of a Sharpie. Tell them you want Nyx size. They all know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, we'll have to have him on like in January when we have more sponsors. So
there you go.
Give me his info.
So I'm gonna switch back now, unless there's something else that you would like to see. I will, if I've got it printed. That was one thing that I wanted to tell everybody. I do not pre-print nothing. I have over 100 colors in stock on any given day.
Wow.
I don't do drops, and this means that if you go to Nyx's Notions and you choose a color, that is the color you're going to get. However, everybody goes, well, you take so long for me to get it. I'm not Amazon. I have to print it, and printers can only print so fast. Not to mention, there are other customers' orders in front of yours.
That's right.
So, if y'all, what kind of gets me a little bit is people will wait 6-8 weeks to get a diamond painting from China. But then they're gonna, fuss because it takes a little bit, for them to get a tray. So
it's an instant generation. Everybody wants everything instantly, yes. And it's you have to wait for quality. If you want quality, you gotta give it time.
Well, I am very extremely proud, if I can pat myself on the back or toot my own horn here for one quick second.
Me too.
I am very, very, very proud because I have worked so hard to have 5 stars and top rated in Etsy. Okay. I have got 100% across the board on customer service, 5-star reviews, all of that. Okay. And all you got to do is just go look. It's at the top. It tells you everything. You are welcome to look at my customer reviews and all the pictures that they share. Thank you, everybody that shares pictures. So, me and Mr. E, we work very, very hard. We tag team this. And have since the very beginning. We are going on doing diamond painting trays. We're going on 3.5 years now. Nyx's Notions has been around since 1996.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Started out.
Tell me about that. One of my questions was, how did you get started with Etsy and Nyx's Notions, and how did you get your name NyxDarkSky?
NyxDarkSky is a Greek and Roman goddess of night, and I love mythology and history, and Nyx is the goddess of night, i.e. dark sky. Because and the reason why I chose the name is because she was such a warrior princess and a warrior that Zeus himself would not even go up against her. And because he was worried about upsetting the cosmos. So anyway, that's where my name come from.
There's a word in Pennsylvania Dutch when the child's a little naughty, you call them Nixie.
Okay.
Like when you're active and you're always into stuff, and like that's perfect for
Oh,
For those of us who've
that's
been
me.
called Nixie
Hello.
all our life.
I do not mind that at all because honestly, yeah. My little friends call me Nixie, or a couple of people call me Nixie, but I can't even remember the last time somebody's called me by my real name. I don't use my real name. I use NyxDarkSky. I have for the past, oh gosh, 25 plus years. Pretty much everything is NyxDarkSky. My personal name is my business.
Right.
And back in, I'm Generation X. Okay, I'm older than Google. I'm older than the internet. Okay, and me and my husband are computer geeks, cybersecurity specialists. And so back in our day, it was a no-no to share your picture and to share your information and
Absolutely.
your real name and all like this, because you didn't want some wacko showing up at your door.
That's right.
Oh, Mater, thank you. So anyway, I think it was 2 years ago. I'd always used a logo or a graphic, and I nobody knew what I looked like because until Facebook come through and made it mandatory that everybody post a personal photo of themselves, and it was to verify for the account. Anyway, that is, and when people seen who I was, they go, oh my gosh, you look nothing like we thought you would. I go, okay, what, let me straighten the hat here so I can cover up the horns. But anyway, so that's where the name come from. And it is who I am. It is, everybody goes, well, what's your real name? Nix.
None of your business.
I even get mail. My bank account, my mail, everything. Is all in NyxDarkSky. And I can't remember the last time somebody's called me by my real name. So anyway, that was that. What was the second question?
Oh, you were telling us about how you got started in Etsy.
Well, again, us being in the computer industry, we had a computer store when computers first come out and were becoming popular in homes. Mr. E specifically built computers and programmed computers and what have you. Also, we beta tested for Microsoft Windows and Google and Yahoo and all like that, working out the bugs and the kinks and stuff like that. So I am old school computer.
Yeah, we are too. My husband built PCs and stuff.
There you go. So you know what I'm talking about. So anyhow, believe it or not, Nix's Notions and Phoenix Fantasy was the name of my publishing company in the very beginning. And our computer store, he had one side where he built computers, and on the other side, I taught people how to use the computer. Okay.
Cool.
And I had the publishing, and on the side where, honey, if it could go on a piece of paper, or if it was a design for corporations, logos, and like the kitty that you showed earlier, billboards, newspaper articles, anything, flyers for companies, anything and everything. So we were, back then, there was no you're this or you're that. It was you're everything.
Yeah.
Nowadays that's very rare and very hard to find somebody that can, pretty much do it all. And so part of Mystery's job is, he works at the Equine Diagnostics Center, and he has been Amy's tech support for, oh my gosh, 25 years. And she finally got him to come physically walk through the door and work for her, because she would
Nice.
go with, he would remote in too, because she followed us through like 6 states. Okay. And so, and you know how your husband, if he can, you know how it works. You can fix the computer. All you got to do is just click a button.
Yep.
So anyway, he still is. She finally got her IT. I call her his work wife. Okay, because
Yeah.
yeah, you know, and the ladies that are up there are, you know, around our age, and it's like, honey, they come screaming when something don't work and the email don't ain't where it's supposed to be or whatever. So I get so tickled because, you know, they finally have their in-house personal IT guy. But I went from that to, you know, we had a partner, and one day, me and my husband, we lived in Florida, and this is where we were at. Jacksonville Beach, loved it. Oh my gosh! I opened my back door, my tootsies were in the sand, and the ocean was 10 feet away. Uh, and our computer store was literally across the street. And we had a partner, and we went to work one day, and the store was empty, the bank account was empty, and the partner was gone.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, talk about your heart dropping to the pit of your stomach, and you just really, you know, so what he did was he called around to the people we used to buy our supplies from to build the computers, and he went to work for one of the motherboard companies, and they said, well, are you interested in moving? And he goes, sure, why not, you know.
Yeah, but he didn't tell you he was doing it?
No, I knew I was there.
Oh no, I thought, I'm sorry. I read my husband's silly comment. We did that to my dad one time. We told him that he'd make his files save smaller if he used a smaller font.
Okay.
It was a joke. So I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about the partner that left you guys.
I
at the dog's
was.
house. Okay.
And so anyway, when he left, he took everything. Okay, so we were out of a job. So Mr. E called around to all of our suppliers that were local, saying, hey, I need a job, you know, and this is what happened. So he went to work for High Tech Wholesale, and they were a booming company at the time. They were opening new stores all over the place. They called us up on Friday. They said, we want you in Lexington, Kentucky by Monday morning to open a new store. The 18-wheeler pulled up in the front yard. They loaded up stuff so fast, and the next thing you know, my little tush was in Lexington, Kentucky, and Monday morning he opened a brand new store full of computers. And that's how we got here. And so when we moved, and I no longer, please excuse me, when we moved, and I no longer had the I guess you could say brick and mortar store, what I did was I just moved everything online. And I went to Etsy and did my graphics design and publishing there, and sold little odd and end stuff and not Etsy, but eBay. I was on eBay for almost 5 years. And what happened was eBay did they dumped all of what we called mom and pop stores, okay, before retailers, and they changed the algorithm on the search engines, and they buried us. I went from having 150 to 200 sales a week to nada. And you know, they literally just buried us, and they wanted retail. They wanted JC Penney's and Sears and all these big people. So Etsy was matter of fact, I knew him, bless this poor guy's heart. I called him up and I go, yo, dude, you better get out of your garage. You better go get you more than one server, okay, because you're gonna need it. and you are fixing to have a flood because you got
Yeah.
a mass exodus coming
Yeah.
from eBay, and they have nowhere to go because
Yes.
there was only two. And so Etsy kind of floundered for a little bit, and I'd have to say the past 2 years they have been up in their game. You know, they've got investors now, and it's no more, you know, him in his garage. But I'm all for the little guy. You know, I'm
too.
all for the Bill Gates and Steve Jobs and Etsy's that started in their garage.
They're changing their algorithm too lately.
Yeah,
To be
agreed.
more like gift
And
oriented now.
well, the only
They're
thing
turning it
about
away from
Etsy
AI.
is that you can go and type in a store name and you will not find it. Okay. If you want customers to your store, you have to what I call herd the horses in, you know, where you want them to go. You have to network and market.
Yes.
I eat, sleep, and breathe networking and marketing. Okay. That is why I have an open platform on Saturday Night Lives. I don't care if you Firefly. Everybody's jaw hit the ground when I had Firefly on. And because of the fact that they sold 3D trays and they were brand new, and the kids are adorable. They're our best friends. And so anyway, they you know, I had them on 2 or 3 times, you know, and they're still really great friends of ours. And everybody goes, oh my God, they're going to put you out of business. No.
There's room for everybody.
There you go. There's room for everybody. And I am self-confident and you know, if you got good products and what have you, your products are going to speak for you.
Absolutely.
So, and you know, I've met
unless you screw up customer service like some companies are doing recently. But yeah, other than that.
Oh, I am my
You don't. I
customers
mean,
come first.
there's some major companies not in the same market as you know. I'm talking about a diamond painting company. It's been screwing up with its artists and its customers, but
Yeah, I've heard whispers in the wind. Oh, everybody, this is Max. He is my support.
Oh, look how sweet he is.
He is my emotional support. He's 7 months old. He's a baby. And he is in the process of learning to kind of sit still. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. And he is you know, so this is, I have 3 ferrets. We just lost one, Isabella, not too long ago to cancer. And so this is my spoiled rotten baby. And this is a ferret. If anybody wants to know, no, it's not a rat. And they are glorified slinkies. Okay,
yep.
Wiggle butt.
My daughter has a couple of them. She's had ferrets for quite a while.
We've had ferrets for almost 30 years now.
Oh wow.
So anyway, all right, get in your bed. There you go. And they're free range. I don't cage my animals. They are in, this is their home. This room is their home. And
they're clean animals anyway. They make their own space to use their bathroom facilities. They make their own space to eat, and
there you go. We've got, I use potty pads, and they're very, I didn't like the litter, you know, and the fact that they're nose sensitive, that the dust was causing harm and shortening their life. So after mega over research, we found out that you know, the potty pads were a lot better. They're more sanitary. And you know, we buy a case of baby wipes a week, and I'll take Lysol. And honey, this is the cleanest room in my entire house, and I mop it 1 foot at a time with a baby wipes with Lysol in it. And because, and the pads you just roll up, and you know. But anyway, back to Nyx's notions. And again, I went into when Etsy did that. They literally flushed my business down a toilet, like overnight.
eBay, yeah, when eBay did that.
eBay, thank you. And I was devastated. I was gutted, and I did not turn anything off, but I walked away from the internet. I walked away from the computer. I walked away from everything. Social media, all of it. Now, I had an Etsy account because I'm everywhere. People don't ask me, where I'm at. They ask me where I'm not. Okay, because I've got accounts everywhere, and it's networking and marketing.
You're not on Discord yet?
Yes, I am.
Are you?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, ma'am. I am everywhere. I have Twitch TV, where if you want to go watch how trays are printed, the only time that it is not showing the 3D printer and trays being printed is on Saturday Night Live, or when Mr. E forgets to go back and switch it from Saturday Night Live back to the trays. So you will be watching the new Ice Dragon trays, the sets, and all that being printed, and you will be watching the new Fairy Forest one.
Right.
But anyway, Etsy sit dormant. It was like a warehouse. I was crocheting and I was making quilts and stuff, and my best girlfriend of 25 years come home from the Goodwill, and she goes, "Look what I found." And I was like, "Oh Lord, no, 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 no." I can't even shop at Michael's and Hobby Lobby or Joann's anymore because I own it all. Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
So, and if I made anything, I would just throw it in Etsy. I think if I made one sale a year, I was doing good, but I didn't care. I was retired. I just flat out retired after that. And I had a social networking site there for about 5 years, and the software went bad on it, and it was either rebuild the whole thing from the ground up. And so ended up selling it. And I said, you can have it all. The only thing you cannot have is my name. And my name and my brand. You cannot have that. So, and that's when I retired. And so I just kind of walked away. And when my girlfriend come home with this diamond painting, he had been wanting a 3D printer forever. You know how guys are. Okay. Boy,
honey, are you listening?
Yes, honey, are you listening?
The black hole, are you listening?
If you are a computer geek, trust me, us wives cannot walk through a store and go, "We want this and that." Okay,
I just the exact same way. Yep.
So he had been watching the prices on 3D printers for, gosh, almost 5 years. And, I don't know about you, but it's like birthdays and Christmas. Honey, what do you want? I don't want nothing. Honey, what do I got everything I need. I don't want anything, So anyhow, he finally goes, "I want a 3D printer." I literally like to fell out of this chair, and I go, "Here, where? Buy it. Go." Okay. So he got his Christmas present of the 3D printer. I had this diamond painting, and I did it, and I had this little bitty dinky tray that kept flipping over, and again, full in a china shop here, ADHD. So I looked at him and I said, "Here is something for you to go play with. Go make me a tray." Okay, I need something that, is not going to flip over and bend and all this stuff. Go make me a tray. So after about the 6th or 7th attempt, and me literally breaking them, cracking them, because I'm a heavy presser, so again, if it's not bulletproof and if it don't withstand me, it don't go out the door. So he finally come back with it, and it was like, okay, oh my gosh, this was perfect. And so my girlfriend goes, "Well, I want one." And I said, "Okay, fine." And I sent it to her, and apparently she shared it in one of the diamond painting groups. And the next thing I know, it exploded. My emails was blowed out. My Facebook Messenger was blowed out. My Etsy was blowed out. And it was like, I want. And I was like, I'm retired. I don't want to go back to work. Okay. I knew what this was going to entail. And I said, okay. So we had enders in the beginning, and they're very slow. Again, Pinto. Okay. And I'm looking at like a half a ream of paper of orders. Okay. And I'm looking at this one little 3D printer that I had bought him for Christmas.
Yeah, ain't gonna do it.
I was like, this ain't happening. So I said, buy 2 more. So we went from 1 to 3, from 3 to 7, and from 7 to 10. Okay.
Wow.
And they run that for 3 years now. My printers has run 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
They don't stop. And so this year, wasn't it this year? Might have been the end of last year to this year. We replaced
last year.
It was what, baby?
It was last year.
It was last year. They came out with the new bamboo printers, and again, he researches. If your husband's like mine, they research it down to the last nut and bolt.
Oh yeah.
So
he knows exactly what he wants.
There you go. And he says, I found these new printers. They're a gazillion times faster. They're great. I think that we should get one. So I go, okay, great, fine. And so he got it and he set it up, and it was like, okay, we're gonna get more. And so within 2 months, I think it was, we had replaced all 10 of the printers. And knock on wood, I want to thank all of you guys. Okay, I can build a roof, I can build walls, but it is you guys that support me. It is you guys that make me who I am, and I am greatly appreciative and grateful and full of gratitude. Because Nyx's Notions has never been in a red and has always paid for itself from the get-go. And so and
Beautiful.
that's it.
And you're very generous. You sponsor. How many things do you sponsor per year? I mean, you're always sponsoring different events.
Anybody that asks, as long as they give me enough time, okay, and are not taking advantage of me, I can spot a scammer a mile away. Okay. There is a couple of people that abused the kindness. Let me say that and put it the nicest way I can, because this is not my
channel. Always a few.
So I'm on my best behavior tonight. So anyway, it was like, no, done. But anybody, I help anybody, because not only are you making new friends, okay, it's also business savvy, okay, because it gets your name out there, it gets your business out there. It is networking and marketing.
Yes. Yeah.
And have you checked the prices of putting an ad in a paper, or have you checked the prices of hiring someone to network and market your brand? And
it's crazy.
I mean, they're like $1,000 an hour. So for me, being in this for so long, it's just second nature. So that's why I still have my AOL account. I still have my MySpace account. Okay.
I do too. Yeah, the MySpace. Yeah. We never went AOL. MySpace, yeah.
So,
we still had our bulletin boards. We were on the bulletin boards when the internet first came up, and before all the www started.
Yep.
There were the bulletin boards, and we were
black
on
screen,
several.
white letters.
That's right.
Black and white. And in a way that's kind of, I am not a fan of Discord. Discord was created for gamers. Okay.
Yeah,
And
right.
again, Discord is kind of set up the bulletin board style, that
Yes.
old bulletin board style.
Yes.
And it's like I didn't like it then. you know. I have it, I use
More
it,
private
but
than Facebook, I think. I don't have a Discord group for Wanda's Workbasket, but I think I'm going to do that for Drawing Near, because you can set up groups that are private within your membership. You
if
can have
you
a
oh
community,
okay.
but if you can't talk about it on YouTube because of the restrictions, and if you don't want to put it on Facebook for the entire world to see, you can still have that discussion with your community on Discord if you want,
Correct.
and they're private.
That kind of goes with what I was fixing to say. Okay. People jump ship on Facebook and they go, okay, I'm going to Discord. And
No,
I'm like, don't do that,
not
please.
completely new. No,
No, no,
have it.
please don't blow up that bridge to go over here because
Right.
guess what? Okay. There is a 20-year age gap in
Yes.
the computer industry. Okay. And there is a lot of people that are set in their ways. They don't like change. And, like the ladies that Emil, my husband works with, they despise any type of change. They like their
Yes.
stuff.
Oh, I know them
Good
too.
example, one girl goes, I'm closing Facebook and my groups and all like this, and I'm going to Discord. And I told her not to. I said, honey, you really don't want to do that. You're gonna lose about 75% of your people.
That's
And
right.
one, they don't want to go. Two, they're not gonna understand it. Okay.
Right.
They're not
Right.
gonna be able to use it.
Right.
And three, they are set in their ways and they don't want to learn anything new. Nothing against them. It's just they don't. And so anyway, sure enough, she admitted herself on one of her lives that, she had people in her Facebook group telling her we're not going to Discord. And I
Yeah.
was like, I was honest. I spoke my piece, my 2 cents, and what you do with it is your call.
Add to it, but never take away.
There you go.
Yeah.
You, you
I'm starting. I had Pinterest all the way along, and now I'm adding. I just started going into Instagram. It took me a long time to get there, and I haven't gotten a routine down yet as to when I post this to do the shorts and that. I have to get a routine, like a
I
promo
haven't
routine for today.
stopped long enough. I post,
I
stuff
forget
too.
too much though.
It is.
If
It
I don't
is.
have a
And this
checklist,
this meta, I don't like this meta.
I don't like that either.
That's
No.
why and it's honestly, my kids use Instagram and so that's but again, anything that new comes up, I'm the first one in the door. And if it looks like it's going to stick around, then yeah, I'll invest.
Yeah, exactly.
I beg people, please don't message me on Instagram, okay? Because one, I'm not gonna know it's there, and
Me too.
I got two direct lines, three really. My phone, pick up the phone and call me, video chat me through Messenger, or text me, on the phone, text me on the Messenger. But please, please, please do not message me on Instagram because I'm not gonna see it. It
Yeah,
is
me too.
strictly for here's what I'm doing, and there you go.
Yeah.
Um,
Do you do anything on TikTok?
I have TikTok as well. I think I've got maybe one thing up there, but here's the thing, and I don't want to get into computer talk here. But anyway, TikTok's on the way out the door. They're hanging on by
I
their
think so
fingernails.
too.
And I mean, I can't tell you how many flash in the pans. Well, your husband knows, y'all in the industry, how many, the .com boom,
Oh
we
yes.
remember that, where everybody and their mama was making Uber bucks, but it crashed and burned,
Yeah.
it rises up because it's something new, it's at its peak. But not only is the government into TikTok and doing their things, but they are literally cutting their nose off to spite their face.
Yep.
There are people that's got billions of followers, and they are deleting their accounts with no explanation, no reasons, no nada. Just poof, gone.
Yep.
And so everybody's going back to YouTube.
If you go to the YouTube Shorts, you can do a live that's longer than a minute long. You can do a live on YouTube Shorts. I haven't done that yet because I can't do it on my Drawing Near channel yet. I don't have anybody want to subscribe to Drawing Near just to help me get to 50 members so I can go live on there. I would love that.
Send me the link and I'll join.
It's just drawingnear.com, or it's it's YouTube, Drawing Near 2020. I'll have to send you the link.
Just send me the link. And see, that's just it. Anybody invites me to their group, I'm gonna be honest with you. I will, if it comes down my feed, and I see your group and you've got new members, hey, I'll be the first one to pop a welcome to the group in there. I
thank you for that. I love that.
You're very welcome. I do it to, whatever comes down my feed. So, and if nothing else, I can do that a little bit. Am I going to stand there and hold massive conversations with everybody? No, I'm sorry. I can't even do that in my own group. But that's why I have a big toe called Anita Johnson, my PA. Okay. I pay her weekly to, she is my left brain, my right brain, my elbow, my kneecap, my big toe. But
and I'm hoping, Anita, that you can join us on live, that you and Tammy can join us together on a live some Tuesday night in August. So that Tammy said she's actually gonna be on camera for one of them. So I'd like to get both of our moderators on camera together at the same time. Maybe
fabulous.
If you want to join me on that night too, that would be fabulous.
All you have to do, sweetie, here's the thing, and this goes out to everybody. Okay. One, my house is your house. Okay. If you got some, I don't care what you sell. I don't care if you just want to talk about your own Facebook group or your own personal page, Instagram, whatever. Okay. You are welcome on my platform on Saturday night. The only thing I got to say is hit me up, go, yo, Nyx, I want to come play on Saturday night. Okay. And talk about my whatever. If you're holding an event and you want to tell my people about your event, come. Okay. Right now, Kevin's DP Pins is doing pin turnings once a month. Which I just talked to Erica, and she was saying it was coming in August. So, and I left that up to Kevin because Kevin's crazy busy. He's like Mr. E, bless his heart. He works a job and then comes home and does another job. And so, but anyway, the point that I'm trying to make is, we try to keep it light. We try to keep it fun.
It is fun.
Am not, I have no filter. Let me say that right this minute. I speak first, think second.
High five. ADD girls right here.
I am the poster child for that. Dyslexia, oh my goodness, I butcher some names, but everybody loves me and they support me so much, and I am so grateful. And again, why I don't know, but I am the class clown, and so anyway. They are the ones that so this is just me paying it forward. I am big in paying it forward. I have nobody to be jealous of. I have nobody nobody is competition. I have no competition. Because my products speak for themselves. Either they like them or they don't. Either they're gonna buy them or they're not. Okay.
Absolutely.
Everybody has their own taste. Everybody has their own style, and I can tell you that everything that is on Nyx's Notions has been a customer request. Every tray, every putty, pretty much everything has been, hey Nyx, I would like one of these, can you come up with something or whatever? And it's like, okay, let me see what I can do. And that's where they all come from. And so it was like the lady that come up with the she had bought release papers from Diamond Art Club. And no, I'm not trying to ride Diamond Art Club's apron strings here. However, other than Crashly, I had never heard of 4x4s. Okay. And I didn't even think Crashly does 4x4s.
She does 4x4 or 5x6. I think she has two different sizes. One's like double the size of the other. I'm sorry, I got my sizes wrong, but yeah.
When they come to Mr. E and go 4x4, I'm like, who's selling 4x4s?
Who
And
does,
then
no,
here
I like
comes somebody
rectangles.
else and somebody else, and I'm like, okay, so I finally asked, I said, where are you buying these 4x4s from? Because now they're selling them on Amazon and what have you. And she goes, well, it's the new Diamond Art Club. And I'm like, okay, I never paid attention to that because I don't use them. I don't need them.
I didn't use them before, but I'm getting to like them even more because I can't, when the plastic comes down, and I like to see what I have yet to do, and that's why I like the plastic on there. But when it comes down and I'm rolling it out of the way, because I like to do a bunch of a color at one time, then go back and do the next color, whatever, not like lines. It starts tickling my arms because I have it on like an easel.
Yeah.
I have it sitting up, and it gets all over the place. So I'm like, you know what? Release papers aren't a bad idea.
The only thing that you have to worry about is when you put the release papers on there, the ones that I sell in my store, nothing against Crashly. Crashly's got gorgeous stuff, so does everybody else. The ones that I have are extremely thick. They're double-sided silicone, meaning kind of like a whiteboard. Okay, you can write on them and then wipe it off. I like those because the silicone adheres to the glue. If the paper is too thin, and how you see some people that take and they'll do the whole diamond painting in the release papers. Yeah. Well, what they're not realizing is that the glue is getting air to it and the glue is drying out. Okay.
Boy.
That's why at the end of their diamond painting, sometimes the drills won't stick, and that is because the glue is dried. Okay. So, and a lot of people don't know that. And they don't realize this. So it's always
gotten a few cheap budget company ones that are already dried out by the time they got to me.
Right.
Because I don't seem to like the same thing other people do. So
so now Diamond Art Club, and now I've got Jenga going on in my living room all the way to the ceiling. No joke. I'll show you the picture. If you don't believe me, ask.
I've got a couple hundred.
There you go. So, and that ain't including the rest of them that scattered out through the house. But anyway, Diamond Art Club's brand new editions that they just come out with have serrated now.
Yes,
so instead of rolling the whole piece back, now you can pull it off in
I like that.
I like it too. I really do. And if I'm not mistaken, it is a 4x6. It is the size of a
it's a rectangle.
Oh, brain fart. The little postcards that you get.
Yes.
Oh, brain fart. Anyway,
index cards.
Index cards. Thank you.
Yes.
That is the size. So anyway, the 4x4 was the first treasure chest that we did, the steampunk treasure chest for the lady. And due to the fact that she gave us the suggestion for it, we gave it to her free. And we told her, this is a tester. Okay, test it out. Let us know. Anybody and everybody that buys from me, one, they are not a customer, they're a friend. Two, if there is something wrong with that tray, I want to know about it. Okay. Three, I have a money back guarantee. Okay. The customer satisfaction is what is most important to me.
Absolutely.
I don't care if you bought that tray 3 years ago. please, I am begging you, do not sell my trays. Okay. Come to me. All right. If you bought it from me and I can pull up your order, which Etsy keeps everybody's orders, okay,
Mhm.
I will refund that sucker right then and there. I will give you everything. The only thing I will not give back is the shipping charges, because guess what? I didn't get that. Uncle Sam.
Exactly. Exactly.
But that's what I tell everybody, 100% money back guarantee. I don't want nobody to have something that they're not satisfied with.
I need to ask you on at a different time. You and I need to have a phone call otherwise, because I need to ask you a couple questions about promotion, and I need to ask you about Etsy's shipping. I eat it
I don't
sometimes.
use Etsy shipping.
You
I
don't.
use Pirate Ship.
See, I don't
Now,
know how to use that.
the reason why I use Pirate Ship is because it automatically updates Etsy. And that is like 10 steps extra that I don't have to do anymore.
I ate $12 extra in shipping the one time because somebody had two different things that they ordered, but Etsy only added the shipping for the weight and size for the one, not the other. So to ship them both together in one order, it screwed it up, and I had to eat
I have a
$12
flat
worth of
rate
shipping.
of right now for 1 pound or less is $5.40 shipping. That is what my shipping is set at. If somebody orders
You have a
$35
standard
or
size,
more,
yes.
they get it for free. I do not sweat shipping cost. Okay. Um and if somebody wants to combine orders, I have people that will place 4 and 5 orders. And it's like, put it in the note, okay?
Yes.
Combine this order, combine this order. Because what I do is when everything is printed and we're fixing to ship it, if they've paid extra shipping on something, I will refund the shipping, okay, at the time of shipping the package. And we've done this from the beginning, and I don't mind combining. And if you get 35 or more, which is an Etsy thing, okay, and it is an Etsy promotion that they had, and Etsy advertises me for free, and I don't have to pay for it, because that was something they started years ago that I got on that train. And I've thought about stopping it, because sometimes, okay, especially with shipping going up, it bites a little bit.
Yeah, it does.
But at the same time, as long as Nyx's Notions is sustaining itself, I'm not a money person, and I'm not going to sweat. I'm not going to sweat the nickels and pennies. If you're one of those people that are just counting every nickel, every dime, every penny, Etsy is not for you. Okay. You got fees everywhere. You got fees on everything. I mentioned Saturday night, and I'm not going to get into this, but I mean, you pay taxes and fees on your, your paycheck, and then when you go to the grocery store, you pay taxes and fees on that. So you got taxes and fees everywhere.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not a money person. I am, I suck at school.
I'm not either. My brother's the accountant. I got the creative side. You got the money side.
Got that one in there. I still can't balance a checkbook, and it's
I
electronic.
can't either.
So money go in, money come out. But for some reason or another, at the end of the month, it never is supposed to be the same thing as the bank. Don't ask me why. I don't know. But I mean, right this minute, if I kept every dime that I have given away, I'd have I could pay my house off. Okay. But due to the fact that, I come from the wrong side of the tracks, I had nothing. I've been homeless. I've slept in my car. I have had abusive boyfriends. I've, you name it, been there, done that. Okay. However, now that I have the ability to, okay, I do my best to pay it forward. Have I been screwed? Oh, yes, sister. 6 ways to Sunday and then some. Okay. However, you learn. Okay. You know, and so, but at the same time, if somebody comes to me, I don't care if they've got, you know, the smallest event in the world, you know, and they've only got 1 or 2 items, and they go, you know, Nyx, I'm just starting out. This is my first event. Can you sponsor? Sure. What do you want? What do you want? What do you need? And I asked, you know, 4 questions. 1, how long is it? 2, what's the name? Okay. 3, what's your colors? Okay. 4, do you have a grand prize? And it's because, like mine, like Phoenix Fantasy, you know, you got the 4 and then you got the grand prize. So normally I'll do the venti trays because that 1-inch side lets you put the name of their event on there and you don't got to fight it. Okay. And then I will do the grand prize, which would be a travel trailer or turntable or whatever, you know, they decided. And it's free, you know. I don't even charge them shipping. You know, it's like you go, hey Nick, I need this.
I was so amazed when but somebody said that. I'm like, you know, usually you say, well, if you win a grand prize, if you have a coupon code, you pay your own shipping, and most people like, it's okay, I'll pay my own shipping if I want to win it, whatever.
Which, by the way, Anita mentioned that to me. You do have a Nyx's Notions code for your event.
They'll get it in
Anita,
August. You gave it to me. They'll get it in August when we
there
start.
you go. Okay. I love.
Thank you.
Anita is like a brick of gold. Okay. She is. Whoo! She keeps me together. But she come to me and she goes, hey, what about this? And, you know, and it's like, okay, give me 2 seconds. And poof, it was up there and it was done. And now your peeps have got a discount on everything in the store except for mental health awareness. And starts the 1st of August and ends the last day of August.
And that's what I want to, the mental health is what I want to talk to you about next.
Yes, ma'am.
Because, you and I are on the same page on this. We have some things similar in our background, in that the way we grew up, and I've never been homeless, but there have been times when we almost lost our house and was on food stamps and things like that too. You know, there are times when, you know, we were on unemployment and still had to pay unemployment for something they overpaid us for before, not due to our fault. So, and we had the 2 kids, and you know, but all my life too, I've been taught to be generous. But we were church folk, so that was just instilled in us from the very beginning, and to be generous, and to, like, random acts of kindness. If you haven't put your random act of kindness in the comments, or I'd love to know. It's really important to me. But we grew up, and I think I've told people in my chat too, that on my dad's side, a chemical imbalance depression has run through my dad's side of the family, and I got that. Somehow I got the ADD stuff too, that my husband had and my kids inherited, and all that stuff. And you know, not too long ago, right before 2020, and I've had some dark nights of the soul, some years that were horrible. My kids went through problems in school and everything, and I'm not going to say which one, but they were even to the point where I had to quit my job and be home even when they're in junior high, because we just had to make sure that they weren't going to do any more self-harm. So that and knowing, you know, depression inside and out and upside down for myself, and now having fibromyalgia and all that on top of it for the last 20 years. Mental health has always been important to me. I was on drcoop.com as one of the chat hosts on there for a number of years that they were on, like one of those flash in the pans, kind of like WebMD. It started about the same time, but Dr. Coop, who was the Surgeon General at the time, that name didn't last very long. but I was a chat host for other parents with ADD kids and ODD and that kind of thing, and wrote some things that got into some doctors' offices on I wish I would have known, that kind of thing. So keeping my kids' mental health. I've been a scout leader all my life, so encouraging young women, especially in leadership and self-esteem. I've always mentored young women, even as a pastor. There are some young women that gravitate toward me that I just seem to take under my wing and raise up, and I have a whole group of them now, as I do a homework room for Boys and Girls Club, um, in English and second language students, and I have mostly girls in my class, and I just adore them. And part of the drawing nearer is going to be dedicated toward the girls. I want to keep mentoring, and I just it's what these girls go through these days are sometimes worse than what we had to go through. And I was assaulted when I mean, the full thing, the R word, the whole thing, when I was younger, from a neighbor kid. And it changed my entire life trajectory from then on. And I that's one of the reasons I mentor young women and make them stronger. And uh, even if something like that has happened to them, uh, that doesn't mean that you are flawed. And it's taken me until this past dark night, I call it, the one I'm just coming out of this past year. 3 years of a lot of darkness. Hey, Gemma.
Just
I had a nervous breakdown, is what I did, and I
I
had to quit
can
work.
relate. I
And
can relate.
yeah, when you said when your business went, the guy just left your business, and like immediately I'm like, I know exactly where you were, because the shock of that. I had 7 deaths in my family within 2 years.
I
Started right before 2020, and the past 3 years up until like the past year, with this new counselor and new things going on, has been one of the best and most um, growth oriented times of my life. So, when you say you have mental health as your cause, I like gravitated right to you, because it's like I'm learning self care. I'm learning all that kind of thing that I never took time for before, and I'm so
you
I support you even just for that.
mm, I love you, and I can totally relate to every step that you have walked. And one thing about ADHD, and let me say this to the people that are in chat and watching this later down. One thing about ADHD is we talk, and it's like sometimes we sound like know-it-alls, okay, or trying to take over or talk too much. That is part of ADHD, and this is our way of saying that we relate, or we understand, or we have been in your shoes. Okay,
Yes,
so that is one lesson that because I do my homework on me.
me
Okay,
too.
I have anger issues. I have my mother
I
kicked me
used to.
when I was 14 years old. I've been on the street since I was 14. I am a fighter. Okay,
Wow.
my knuckles are busted up. If you look at my nose is crooked because it's been broke 3 times. I had 2 nervous breakdowns by the time I was 21, and in all honesty, the past year and a half, I have been in the deepest, darkest depression, And 2 months ago, I looked at my husband and I said, I don't want to breathe anymore. And thank God we don't own a gun, because you would come home and find me with my head blowed off in a closet.
Oh, no.
And that I scared myself. Okay, because again, I've been to enough psychologists, enough psychiatrists that, honestly, at the end of the day, they're only as good as the information you provide them with. And so
it is, but if you're creative, imaginative, this totally new thing about having resources with you all the time, and oh my God, we have to talk about that in person. It's DNMS or something like that.
Yeah.
The name is stupid, but
they're calling it divergent now. And that's something else. And again, every year there's a new name. Every year there's a new. I hate titles. And I'm 60 years old. Okay. And matter of fact, just turned 60. And I was born with this. And there was many days that I stood in the, and just screamed at the heavens, what is wrong with me? Why does nobody like me? Why am I the way I am? Why can't I be like everybody else? I am hard-headed. I am opinionated. I am so non-PC that I wouldn't know how to be a PC. Not to mention, I'm Generation X. Okay. And you know that we pretty much raised ourselves. And so, again, people say, oh, well, that's an excuse. This is an excuse. Y'all using this for excuse. No, honey, trust me. So when I go see my doctor every 3 months, and I finally, after seeing him for 3 years, I finally opened up, and I just, I looked at him and I said, I need help. Now, I am fanatical about the medications that I take, because after nervous breakdown number 2, here's the doctors going, take this, take this. The next thing you know, I'm walking around with 8 pill bottles and I'm a walking zombie. Okay.
Yep.
And it was like, I woke up one day and said, I don't want to live like this anymore. And I went in a bathroom. I remember so clearly. I went in a bathroom and I just opened the lid and I just started.
I did that last year. A year ago, started a complete new.
I slit when Prozac was the big thing. I slit both my wrists on Prozac. Now I am the biggest chicken of pain there is, but I took a razor blade and I sat there and cut and cut. Well, I started with this one, and I cut and I cut, and I'm sitting there. I'm looking at this little blue vein right here. How come nothing's bleeding? And I'm cutting and I'm cutting, and I go, okay. So okay, this one's bigger, and I can see it, so it's right there. So and then it wouldn't bleed, and I'm like, I'm cutting hard.
Thank God. Why, honey?
I just, all of a sudden, I just stopped and started laughing, and I go, oh my gosh, I can't even kill myself right, And I looked up and I said, the cosmic universe, what do you want me for? What is it that I am supposed to do in this world that it is apparently not my time? Because I'm getting trickles of blood, not gushing things, and I'm whittling on both arms, and I'm sitting there laughing, going, okay, I have lost my mind. But that was the day that literally it was like somebody turned a light switch onto the world. Okay. That is when I started taking care of myself and stop relying and trusting doctors. Okay. When I go to a doctor, I will look him dead in the eye. Matter of fact, I got a new doctor that I've got to see because my other one just retired. And him and I are going to have a come to Jesus meeting, and he ain't Jesus. Okay. And it's like, I don't mess with my medicines, don't change nothing. And I know what's wrong with me. I'm not broke. You can't fix me. Okay. So you're going to do this, this, and this, and that's the way it's going to be. And if it's not that way, well, guess what? I'm going to go find somebody that will. Now, I've been lucky enough to say I've been going to the same place and the same doctors for 10 years. Okay. So they know me. Do you see
Yeah,
this?
mine do too. Yep, mine do too.
I'm Southern on top of this, and Southern people are very blunt. They're very, they don't have filters.
So are Dutchies.
Yeah, So, but I have been down that road. Here, if this don't work, take this. Here, if this don't work. Anyway, about going around grandma's bush here. Sorry, everyone. Hi, Crashly. So anyway, I went to the doctor and I told him, I said, look, I am scared myself, and I have tried every trick in the book that I have learned and that I know how to do, and it's not working. And I am scaring myself, and I am suicidal, and I need something. And if you mention Prozac, I will reach across this tray and slap you. So he goes, well, we've got this. And he knows how finicky I am about my medication. So he started me off on the lowest dose.
Yeah.
It was like eating M&Ms or Tic Tacs. It didn't do nothing. And I called him back. I tried it for 2 weeks and I said, there's no change and we need to up it. So we upped it to 50 and tried that for another 2 or 3 weeks. And it's like, nope, not working. We need to up it again. So I ended up doing 100 milligrams a day, 50 in the morning, 50 in the evening. And that's the sweet spot. And honey, it was like all of a sudden somebody flew back the curtains. The depression was gone. My husband, bless his heart, who went through all of my craziness, he goes, he was just flabbergasted at the instant change when we hit that right dosage. Okay. So, and ever since then, it's been upward. Now, I found out, and this is, and I've talked about this. I come from the wrong side of the tracks. Okay. Me and my mother, we fist fought in the, in the driveway. My dad was very passive. He drank himself to death. He was an alcoholic. He died on September the 11th, 1996 of cirrhosis of the liver. He died in my arms. My brother, I found out 2 years ago that he had committed suicide. My nephew, who is a junkie, my brother's son, his 3-year-old baby was thrown into a New Orleans abandoned home pool that was algae full of mosquitoes.
Oh, Lord.
Furniture and everything else, and the 3-year-old baby died.
Oh, Lord.
My nephew is in prison for life, and my brother could not handle the loss of his grandchild, and he committed suicide via heroin overdose. He gave himself a hot shot, is what it's called. When I was 30 years old and me and Mystery got together as a couple, we've been friends since grade school. Okay. We've known each other our entire lives. And when I left town, I left the family, I left everything, I walked away. Okay. I had to save my life. Okay. Because they were pulling me down that hole. And, I'm recovering alcoholic, I'm recovering junkie, I'm recovering whatever you want to call me. So, and I did the cold turkey thing. It was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
But mine were doctor prescribed. Okay. They weren't buy it on the street. The only thing with the alcohol, was the kicker that you went to the grocery store and bought. So anyway, I was born with Dyslexia. I was born with ADHD. They did not have a title or a name or understanding of it back in my.
That's right. That's right.
Flunked the second grade. I've had more whoopings than you can dream of because me and school did not get along. And they go, "You're lazy and you don't want to learn." And, I'm bringing home, if I brought home a D, they threw a party. Okay. Even to this day, okay, everybody goes, "You've got a successful business. You've got to be school smart somewhere." No, honey, I'm street smart. Okay. The scales, I can look at a business and I can tell you if it's going to last, how long it's going to last, or if it's going to crash and burn. And it's
We're
all
given gifts like that to compensate, I think, for the other ways that we
I
don't meet
can't
up to
spell.
society's norms.
My 9-year-old does better math than I do. Okay. My son, not to mention I have asthma, which everybody knows that your asthma medication is like somebody pumping you full of speed. Now
Yes.
I have severe anxiety disorder, which is here, and I got PTSD as
Me
well,
too.
according to my doctor. And I wear two right here, not to mention I've got if I get into a car wreck or something like this, in my purse is a red medical bag with all of my information in it.
Yeah, mine too.
And so anyway, these my best girlfriend of 25 years, she came on my Saturday Night Live. I finally talked her into it. She's the one that got me into diamond painting. And I promise, guys, this story does have a thing. I'm getting to it. So anyway, she come on my Saturday Night Live, and her and I video chatted every day, all day for since this monster was able to do that. Okay. And before that, we typed everything all day, or we talked on the phone. I had 3 cordless phones in my office, and we talked all day, every day for 25 plus years. She lived in Canada. We've never been in the same room together. Okay. And I was fixing to go see her for the summer. And she came on my Saturday Night Live finally, after begging, pleading, and threatening. And she was there for about 15-20 minutes. I was over the moon giddy, introduced her to everybody, and she messaged me and she goes, "I'm not feeling really good. I'm gonna go lay down." So she left. She went and laid down. The dogs piled up around her. And 15 minutes later, 12 and a half minutes later, she had a massive heart attack and died.
Oh no.
And right after that, it was about 6 months later that my mother hired a private investigator to track me down through the owning of my home, because my home is in my name. And my husband, bless his heart, literally everything's in my name. And that's how she found me. And she sent me a letter going, "Your brother's dead. Call me." And I was,
What?
so it was just back to back to back.
Yep.
And then there was a lot of cyber drama. And, it's kind of with cyber. I mean, the games that are played, as well as I do, we've been on this monster since it was invented. So the games that these people are playing, we're the ones that invented them. Okay?
Exactly.
So we know where they're going before they even go there.
Exactly.
So, it's like, no. But every now and then you get hung up in that, what I call spider web, and you go, okay, how in the hell did I end up here? And I'm in the middle of this mix and still ain't figured out how I got there. There is a NyxDarkSky hate group somewhere. Okay. I promise you. But oh well. Okay. As my daddy used to say, you can only please some of the people some of the time, but you can't please all the people all the time.
Absolutely.
So, there you go. But anyway, again, when Marilyn died, my best friend, and that's how I got into diamond painting, and that's how my husband got the 3D printer, and that's how the first tray was printed, due to all of these chain of events. Okay. Everything is connected.
Yes.
And here's the thing. I don't regret nothing. I do not edit my videos. I do not do nothing to them. They are what they are. If I open my big southern mouth and stick both feet in it, I promise you, you will have a eyeball to eyeball video of me apologizing to you directly. Okay. I don't hide behind a keyboard. Never have, never will. And I mean what I say what I mean, and I got my big girl panties on to back it up. And I'm just me. I'm transparent.
Me too.
And if somebody asks me a question, I'll answer it, or I'll either say I'm not comfortable divulging that information.
Right.
Okay, because again, being in cybersecurity for so long, and us being Generation X, we know what to share and what not to share. Okay. And there was this search party to go find my real name. Okay. Good luck with that. And all you had to do was ask. However,
it's Nunya. Nunya
yeah,
business.
Nunya. There you go. Not to mention Mr. E is husband number 3. So good luck on picking which name is what. All right. So and again, do I talk about this a lot? No. However, and the reason why, I'm a Taurus, don't tell me I can't do something. Okay? Because regardless if I want to do it or not, I'm going to do it to spite you. Now, when I first started with the diamond painting trays, everybody knows this. Okay, this is go back 3 years. Me and Miss Crochet and Coffee butted heads. Okay, and I didn't even have a clue who she was, and I'm new in the diamond painting community. Now I've been in every community there is to be in, but oh my, this is not a community. Okay, this is like high school.
I know, it's so cliquish. Somebody's going to yell at me for that, but oh my Lord.
Don't get me started on the clicks, okay? Because
I brought it up against her too.
There you go.
Her name and an email. I'm like, okay, never mind.
Yep. So, and then, oh, well, I don't like this person, so you don't like that person.
No,
and I'm like,
not
that
the way
person
it goes.
done nothing to me. Why do I not like her?
Yeah.
Now if she comes up and tinkles in my cornflakes, then her and I are going to have a problem. But,
yeah.
So, and again, this is all, I guess you could say, newer generation games, and if somebody's got something, I go to them. I will look in this camera and I'll say, let's have an adult conversation.
Exactly.
Okay, let's clear this up.
Exactly. Thank you.
To this day, ain't nobody stepped up, but okay. And I promise I don't bite.
I totally believe in that. Absolutely, totally. If I have a problem with somebody, I talk to that person directly.
I'm the horse. Go to horse, not the cart.
Right. And no yapping out of turn. And no, you try to solve it on your own with that person first, even when it's uncomfortable. I've done that.
I mean, I agree.
And everything.
And back to your original question, that's how I got into diamond painting, was because, and thank you, Miss Crochet and Coffee, because of the clash that her and I had, which has been resolved now. We're cool. Okay. Hey, y'all don't go there. We're cool. We agreed, we just kind of split the internet. She does her thing, I do my thing, and we're great and fine. But anyway, it was like, you want to play? Let's play. And the next thing you know, I had 10 3D printers that was running 24 hours a day, and I was networking my ass off, and I was cranking it out like no tomorrow. And I refused to slow down. That is why 9 times out of 10, I sleep in this chair. Okay, because me and my husband, he would sleep, I would stay awake and do prints. Okay,
Oh my
I
God.
would sleep, he would stay awake and do prints. All right, and this is the way we did it for almost 2 years. Now with
I
the
can't
Anders,
sleep in a bed with my fibromyalgia. I can't do it. I have to sleep sitting up, that and my asthma, so I can breathe.
so and honestly, if you really want to be truthful about it, that between my girlfriend finding the little dinky diamond painting at the Goodwill and going, look what I got, and I'm like, no more crafts. And I was quilting at the time and I loved it. I love quilting, and I was crocheting. I still got my crochet and my thread crochet all over. I've done every craft there is to do except for what is the cricket thing, the scrapbooking. I don't do that. Just
No,
I
I
don't
do
know, I
that.
just never got into that. But so and then so I got my first diamond painting. It was done within an hour. It was an Amazon owl, and
Yeah.
my second diamond painting was a 60 by 80 diamond art club, and it was a square. That was my second diamond painting. My third diamond painting was Hazel from Dreamers Design, and it was rounds. I love Hazel. However, I hate rounds. I don't do rounds. So anyway, um, you know, with Marilyn introducing me to this, and then the hubby getting the 3D printer, and then because I was retired. I enjoyed my do nothing life. Okay, and I was a gamer. I've got every game and everything there is to have, and that was where I was headed. I wanted to be an online gamer, still do, and I will if this ever crashes and burns. That's where I'm going. I'm going to be a
I'm a
gamer.
cozy gamer. I do cozy games.
There you go. So, so anyway, again, it was like the fates were pushing me, okay? Because, and again, with, I guess the final straw was this, confrontation that Miss Crochet and Coffee and I had. And again, guys, we're cool. Everything's been worked out, okay? Don't go there. That was the push. That was the push. And it was like, you ain't seen nothing yet. Okay. And I ain't slowed down since. I mean, no joke. Now, when Marilyn died, I don't know how to grieve. Okay. ADHD, I've got anger. I have severe anger issues that I keep in check 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So I
I
do not
used to.
inflict it on my husband.
I used
It's
to.
taken me a long time to be able to control that anger. Okay.
Yeah.
To get over the traumatic issues of past. Okay.
Yes.
Because one thing about it, I looked my doctor dead in the eye when we were talking about the new medication, and I said, how come something that happened 30 years ago feels like it happened yesterday? Why
Yes.
do I still emotionally feel it?
Exactly.
The nightmares, waking up screaming in
Yes.
my sleep. I have literally shoved my poor husband out of the bed. I have punched him. I have just, I mean, bless his heart. I don't know why that man's still with me.
The black hole will say the same thing.
Well, I am so controlled during the day that when I'm
Yeah.
scared to
Okay.
sleep to start with, because when you sleep, you have no control
That's right.
over your subconscious.
That's
Okay.
right.
And it comes out in nightmares. So that is one of the medications that I take is I didn't even know they made it until I told him about it. And I said, do they have something for this? And he goes, yeah. He says, it's PTSD and you've got it. And I said, no. PTSD. No, that is a military thing. My husband is
No.
a Marine. I hate that title. I do not have that. Pick a different title. And he goes, no, that's what you've got. You're
Put a
just
C in front of it for compound. Compound PTSD. CPTSD.
There we go. But I mean, to me,
Yes.
that was military because I've also done the Quilts of Valor and support the
Yes.
military and the Marines and any, you know, armed forces. Because that's what my husband is, and
My husband
is
and my
a
dad and my
proud Marine.
father-in-law.
My father was a proud Navy man, and
Mine too.
yeah.
Navy all the way.
So again, with the loss of Marilyn and me not knowing how to process that, I dove deeper into Nyx's notions and worked harder and harder and harder and just go. Okay. I was constantly coming up with, I mean, with ADHD, our brains is like a roulette wheel with that little
Yes.
ball. It doesn't stop.
I call it a
Okay.
spider web. Everything connects to everything else. It's not linear. You don't get an outline. You
No.
get, oh, but that goes to that. But wait, it connects back to here. But wouldn't it be
Yep.
neat if we added this and this
My,
big
poor Mr.
net, this
E,
big spider
that's
web?
one thing about it. He'll go, what does this have to do with that? I said, it's all connected. Trust
Exactly.
me. So, and it is. And this is the way we talk. And that's why I keep saying, if you look at, you asked me, your question was, how did I get into diamond painting? Everything that I have mentioned has led to where I'm at right this minute.
I follow you.
And then with the death of my brother, I just dug my heels in, and it was work, 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 work. Well, you know as well as I do that you're gonna hit burnout. You're gonna hit that brick wall. And that's what happened. I hit that brick wall. I had a someone that I thought was a trusted friend screw me over big time. Okay. Mentally,
It's when
physically,
your friend
financially.
ghosted instantly
Yep.
over politics.
And that was the straw that broke the camel's back, or that was what busted open the dam of depression. And I went downhill from there. And I couldn't bounce back. Nothing that I did would turn it around. Now I was born with this. So I've seen God, hundreds of shrinks and psychiatrists and psychologists and life coaches and you name it.
Me too. I finally found one.
So I've tried, I know me. I know how to handle me.
Yes.
And so when that dam burst and I hit that brick wall, it just everything come to a stop. My brain just went into overdrive, and I was angry. I was mad. I was go to jail mad. Okay, because again, we meet you at the oak tree. Okay. I'm not going to sit here and type out a whole bunch of words. I'm going to drive to your house and we're going to have a discussion. So, but I sat on my hands and did not do that. But it ate me alive. It compounded everything that had happened.
Yes.
And and not to mention, it took away the one good childhood memory that I had, and it just imploded it. So and that is what caused the avalanche of depression, and it just got worse and worse and worse. And I looked at my husband and I said, why does nobody like me? Why I give till I can't give no more. If I would have kept every dime that I have given away, I could have paid off my house twice.
I hear that.
And it's like being Southern, we friend everybody until they give us a reason not to. Everybody else is like, okay, you got to prove yourself to me before I'm gonna be your friend. Well, y'all can call me a sucker or whatever. It's a Cajun thing, man. That's one thing about it.
No, I welcome everybody with open arms until they prove me different.
Yep. And that's me. That's why I have the platform that I have, because I don't care who you are. If you need the spotlight for a night, my door's open. There's the open mic night. You know, have fun with that. Advertise your stuff. Do whatever you want. Have fun with it. You know, you want to and the same with Phoenix Fantasy, which, by the way, I need y'all's help, chat. Okay, because of the fact that Phoenix Fantasy, yes, it was created for Phoenix Fantasy event. However, due to the fact that the event is over, Phoenix Fantasy is still alive. It's still going on. But I heard through the grapevine that everybody thinks that now that the event's over, that the group is inactive, you know. And I'm like, no, it's still kicking, you know. So y'all please share that information with your friends and let them know that Phoenix Fantasy is still kicking, and you know, we still there. But anyhow,
I'll sign up when we're done tonight.
there you go. And you know, so it's just that everybody thought that it was a once a year type of group, and I'm like, no. The only thing about it was I was trying to figure out how to do lives in the group. I managed to click the wrong button and I lost the group chat. So
Oh no.
I am in the process of trying to get that back. I own that, people. I own that. Okay. I clicked the wrong button. I deleted the community chat. I promise. I am working on it. Okay. And trying to get it back. I did get the live up though.
I haven't done that on Facebook yet.
Those groups, man, I swear I still don't know what I clicked. I honestly
don't know. I didn't know the difference between a page and a group. So I made 2 of them for the one thing. And I'm like, well, then nobody can respond on that. So I have to have everybody on the group, not the page. I was so mixed up. I get like,
honey, I've had and when I first started, I had like 4 or 5 groups because again, I come from social media background. Okay. And remember the old IRC and Dalnet, Undernet, and all those, you know, the chat rooms. Oh my God, I ran more chat rooms at one time. My computer, I had like 8 chat rooms open at one time and literally was keeping up with all of it.
Yep.
You know, so I mean, you know, that's old school. So now everybody does it with Zoom. Same thing, just instead of typing, now you can talk. So you know, again, that's how you know, diamond painting come along, and I can honestly say I wish I could diamond paint more than I do. But you know, I've got an obligation to my customers, okay, to my friends that buy from me, who care enough to help support me, okay. Patreon and YouTube as well. Thank you to everybody. Please know how grateful I am for you and how appreciated you are. I take nothing for granted. And you know, the people that buy from me, am I perfect? No. Have people received an order and missing a putty? Yeah. But guess what? When I send you the putty, I'm also sending you like 4 or 5 other things in hopes of making up for it. You know, here's a free this and a free that, and you know, like right this minute, I'm a little bit behind on because everybody slammed me with putties. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm late. It's coming, but guess what? Y'all getting a whole bunch of extra free stuff in there to make up for them. You know, I'm late. So you know, it's like I am. And my goodie bags. Everybody goes. The goodie bags alone. I spend at least $500 a month on just the stuff that goes into 200 goodie bags.
Wow.
And that I have figured out down to the penny. And so again, you know, as long as I don't care if I'm making a nickel, I didn't get into this to be rich. I'm not a money person. Neither is my husband. We don't want to be Rockefellers or whatever. We just want to pay the bills, you know.
Amen. Amen.
We have no debt. We have, all of our vehicles are paid off. The only thing that is not paid off is this house, and everything I own goes to my son and my grandkids.
Yeah.
So,
Me too.
and it's just me and my husband and 3 ferrets. And if y'all give me a little bit, there's going to be a 4th. So because I'm down 2 right this minute. But because and that's another thing, my I have an emotional support ferret. Okay, now I am a self-imposed hermit. Okay, on purpose. My husband bubble wraps me. I don't watch the news. I have
I
no
don't either.
news on my Facebook or anything like that,
Nope.
because as well as I do, ADHD and
And we go down rabbit holes.
and all like that, we take everything personal, okay?
Yes.
And we take it upon ourselves. And
Yes.
that's why it's like, if it's not going on in my front door or in my house, okay, then I don't know about it. And that's on purpose. I've lived here for almost 10 years. I don't know that neighbor, I don't know that neighbor, and I don't know nobody behind me. And I don't even go get the mail. My husband gets the mail when he comes home. And so when I do when I do go outside, all the neighbors freeze. Like, don't move, don't blink. She's like a scared rabbit. She might fly back in the house.
I'm the hippie hoarder hermit next door.
Yeah.
So
But I mean, if you think about it, okay, ever since COVID, now I was a jet setter. I love to drive. Look, I'll get my car and drive to California, put my toes in the sand, and then get back in my car and drive home. And I live in
travel
Kentucky,
too.
but I was a jet setter till COVID, and I was doing 5Ks. God, I miss my 5Ks.
Wow.
I was, I was blowing and going. I was doing quilt retreats and quilting classes, and you name it. And every day I was going somewhere and doing something. COVID hit, and here in Lexington, they literally rolled up the streets. Okay, so I had nothing. So everything come to a screeching halt.
Yes.
And when you go from go, 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 go to dead stop, that don't help the depression either. Okay. And then it's like, I'm looking around, and with ADHD, it's like, oh, I want to do that, but I don't feel like it. Oh, I need to do that, but no. Or
girl, me too.
we get horse blinders, and we're fixated on one thing, and we stay at that until we just know every useless detail about that.
Yep.
So again, I'm the poster child for mental health awareness, and I made it mental health awareness on purpose because it's open-ended. Okay. There is a lot of mental health avenues. Okay. Autism. Okay, is just one of them to name. PTSD. Okay, and that is from an abusive husband or bad family or
Domestic violence, sexual assault. Yep.
So, and the reason for me stepping up on the mental health awareness is, one, I was in that deep depression, and somebody come to me and talked to me like I owed them because I was doing Phoenix Fantasy. And I did not know mental health awareness was in May. Okay. And I was surfing around, and all of a sudden it come up, and I'm going, okay, it's May 16th through I think the 19th or something like that. And I just tossed it out there because us, out mouth first, think second. And I tossed it out there that, okay, we're going to have one weekend where we are going to focus on mental health awareness because to, support mental health. Well, this girl goes off on live stream on YouTube. Well, I talked to her for 3 hours. She didn't say nothing about it. Well, that was 2 months ago. Girl, I got ADHD. Trust me, I done thought about a gazillion things in the last power compared to 2 months ago.
Amen.
So, and I didn't think it was a big thing, but then it was like, well, I was first and I need to be, you owe me credit. And it's like, sister, unless somebody tattooed that shit on your ass's owner, you don't know. And that's when I said, you want to play? Stand back and watch this. Okay. And that's how I address things. Okay. I don't fist fight anymore. Okay. And I try really, really, really hard. As somebody told me one time, best advice they ever told me, they said, put your hands in your pockets. Put your hands in your pockets. And they said, if you ever feel like you're going to lose control, put your hands in your pockets.
Except in front of the police, because the police will tell you to keep them out.
Agreed. So anyway, that's why you see me clasping my hands, because again, in front of the police, you want to do this. Okay. So, it's like when somebody tells me that I can't do something, and I'm sorry, mental health awareness goes all the way back to like 1923, I think was the first event of any type that they had for this where it was recognized. And I'm not the only person in this boat. Okay.
Right.
There's you and there's Mutter, and a lot of us are going through this, together. So
every single person has some, well, to use a religious term that I know well, a cross that they carry. Every single person has some monkey on their back. Every single person has something they're dealing with.
Yes.
And when you learn to, and it takes a lifetime to do, and I'm not there yet, but when you learn to love the person, the real person that they are underneath it all, you realize that how they react is a reaction because they got hurt, because something hurt them inside, something scratched, and it's a reaction, whatever their favorite reaction is, whether it be anger, whether it be shutting down, all the fight, flight, freeze, fawn.
Yep.
That's I try to go to flow.
I can't cry.
I mean, but it comes from that place where that the real person inside got scratched. Where somebody pushed that bruise inside.
Well,
and
I come from the generation of if you're gonna cry, I'm gonna give you something to cry for.
I heard that enough.
My son is, and my grandkids are about the only one that can make me tear up. But if you ever see me cry, honey, trust me,
it's an ugly cry. If it's like
look out for what's coming behind it. But again, I have self-control. It took me 60 years to grasp a handle on this self-control that I have. And trust me, I'm hanging on by my fingernails, because there's a lot of people that, in this past year and a half that, I am doing my best to take the high road. Okay. However, there was
as long as you have an outlet outside of the persona, that you can get out whatever you need to get out in a safe place.
Oh, I do. Now this here, I know when enough is enough. I can tell. Okay, it's called thin skin. You know how when you've been in social media for so long that you kind of got that chip on your shoulder, and anything and it's like, okay, it's time for me to walk away. Okay, and I go play a video game for like a month, and and then I come back and I got my armor on, and it's like, okay, bring it on. But the internet ebbs and flows. Okay, it's like an ocean. All right, it ebbs and flows. 1 minute it's up, and the next minute everybody's fighting. 1 minute everybody's fine, next minute everybody's fighting. Okay, 1 minute this is in, the next minute that's out. And that's just the nature of it. So you've got to roll with that. You've got to learn how to roll with that. And then with me having the ADHD and a dyslexia, and I mean, for 8 years of school, my chair was in facing a corner. Okay, because I talked too much and I was too hyper and the class clown and I was dumb and I didn't want to learn. Even right
Such
this
an
minute.
underachiever.
Yeah, oh my family called me every name in the book there was to call me, and then some. So and this come from family, not to mention I've been humiliated and embarrassed in front of the entire class. I flunked the second grade. Okay, what kid flunks the second grade? And that should have been a warning sign right there.
My husband flunked the first grade.
Yeah, yeah.
He got
And
tied to his chair. He literally got tied to his chair in
oh
first
my
grade.
gosh. They didn't go that far because that would have been the fight mode. So and I tried. My dad was so passive. My husband is so passive, and they were my rocks. How can I put this? And I laugh about this now, but looking back on it, my father and my husband were the only two people on the planet that could handle me, and to the point they never told me no. They never told me I couldn't do something, but they would manipulate me to the point of they thought it was, make me think it was my idea, and then I'm all for it. Okay. Um, but again, mental health awareness is a big thing. Nobody owns it. I'm not in this boat. I'm not even the captain. Okay, I'm not alone. There's everybody is welcome to join me. And if you can't open your mind, then close your mouth. Okay, straight up.
I love that. I love that. You can't open your
That
mind,
is an
close your mouth.
old saying.
Oh
And
Lord, I love that one.
there was a lady from the Gray Panthers. Y'all Google this. And I've got a sticker of it that it says speak your mind even if your voice shakes. Okay. And don't sit back and wait for it to come to you. You gotta, if you want it, you gotta make it. And my dad taught me. He was an automotive mechanic and had his automotive shop, and that's where I was raised. I was raised around a bunch of men. Okay, I never had girlfriends. Okay, I always had guys, and I like guys. Guys are no drama. Okay. And my dad was Navy, so my lessons of girlhood come from Navy, okay, with no sugarcoating. And you do this is gonna happen. You do that's gonna happen. And honestly, my brother never married because my father scared him to death. So, he really did. My brother never married. And I miss my brother. I tried so hard to help him. And one thing about a person is, and I say this a lot, if you can't help yourself, then nobody else can help you. If you don't like your life and the way it's going right this minute, you are the only one that can change it. Okay.
Absolutely.
Life is like poker. Okay, you've got to just keep putting that first step is going to be the hardest, but you just got to keep putting one foot in front of the other. And if you screw up, okay, if it's a life lesson, then it is not considered a mistake. Okay,
Absolutely.
and I have no regrets. I again, there is many a time I've stuck not 1 but 2 feet in my mouth. I talk first, think second, and
I say that too. Open mouth, closed foot, chew tightly.
there you
Open mouth,
go.
jerk foot, chew. Yeah,
So but I'm the
yeah.
first one to step up and apologize too.
Me too.
And
Me too.
so but if I'm right about something, that Taurus will come out and I will die on that hill. Okay, I will take that to my grave. And we
Sagittarius are stubborn too.
I don't talk about stuff unless I got facts and proof
Yeah.
to back it
Yep.
up. Okay, because
Yep.
especially nowadays in time, the way they love to manipulate stuff and twist stuff and turn stuff.
Litigious.
So, that's old school. I always tell everybody I'm a walking filing cabinet because I assure you I have got a paper trail and a video trail a mile long, not to mention a server out in a garage to back up.
I
Okay.
hear you.
And so, but that's me. And again, I find business wise, both feet are cemented into the ground. I do the best that I can to provide the best products that I can. And if somebody buys them, I am grateful. I am appreciative. And I am, happy that they did. If they don't, that is their prerogative. Everybody has got their own opinion. Everybody has got their own likes and their own dislikes. Okay. And so with that, I'm solid. Don't ask me how. Don't ask me where all these business smarts come from, because the only thing I can say is I was raised on the streets. Okay. I got street smarts like no tomorrow. And that is one thing you can't go to school to learn. It is street smarts, So book smarts, that's where the Philadelphia lawyer comes in. Okay. That I'm married to. And so again, and that's like murder. I mean, I've talked to so many people, and that's why I've got cards that I put in with my mental health awareness that goes, hey, I'm here. All right. I don't claim to know everything, but if I don't know something, give me 5 minutes. I will go find somebody that does. Okay, to help you. So I don't know. I mean, I'm not in this boat alone. You're not in this boat alone. I've walked in your shoes, you've walked in mine. Mother is the same way. I know a lot of people, that have gone through the things that we have. And when somebody comes up and tells me that I owe them for something, yeah,
No. Life doesn't owe you anything.
That was like when I told everybody on YouTube, because they go, oh, well, you can't have your live at this time because so and so. And I'm like, okay, when you've got YouTube owner tattooed on your butt, okay, then you come talk to me. Until then, I march to the beat of my own drum. You don't like me,
Yes.
don't come to my channel.
Yep.
There's the door. Don't let it hit you in the butt on the way out. Okay. I'm not forcing you to stay. Also, too, I very, very rarely do we get trolls because of the fact that it takes, 2 seconds to let them in. It takes 2 seconds to put them out.
Yeah.
And, with us being in the industry that we're in, your husband and mine, if they mess with us too hard, we can, tell them what color curtains they got hanging in their windows.
Exactly. Exactly.
So, again, I'm just me. I'm not trying to be anything I'm not. In the beginning, I wore a mask. Smile, be happy. And then last year, when about 15 months ago, when all that happened, I was done. I was done with the fake. I couldn't say fake, but I was done with the mask.
With the mask, I want to reach out and hug you so badly. When I had my femur broken, completely split, and 2020, and I had my nervous breakdown and everything. Go for it. I was never. Thank God. I never ever thought of taking my life, but I really hated it. I hated it. I For the past 3 years, I was living in a cocoon, and it was too confining, and I was squeezed. And finally, this past year, my wings have come out. I'm learning how to fly.
I am so happy for you.
I'm learning how to like myself. I always had this tape running through my head. Now, my parents are saints. I love them dearly. Um, I'm not saying they didn't burden me with a few things, but I love them to death. My dad's been going 11 years now, but it was peers that screwed my life up, neighbors and peers, and a relative who used to. I was always glad when he'd go out and beat the neighbors up because then I wouldn't get beaten up that day.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. But I am learning to like myself and tell those tapes to go take a hike. To tell those tapes that I don't have to try to measure up to everybody else. I can just be who I am, and that's enough.
It is. Granted, with us having ADHD, the downside, one of the huge guys, anybody that knows anybody with ADHD, please listen. Please take this into consideration. Okay. We are harder on ourselves than anything that you could ever do to us.
Completely.
Okay. Because it's like when a friend stops talking to you, you're going, oh my God, what did I do? Did I say something? And you're going through everything in your mind. What did I do? What did I do? What did I do? What did I say? How did I offend them? What did I do? So I assure you,
and it repeats and it repeats and it repeats and it repeats.
Honey,
you drive yourself insane with it. Yep.
We have what I call, think about being at the Super Bowl. You know how loud the Super Bowl is? Think being at a Taylor Swift concert. Okay. Yes. You know how loud that is? That is our brains. Okay. That's right. It is like that 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Okay. And we can't control it. There's no fixing it. There's no turning it off. And for y'all to go, just get over it, or it's an excuse or whatever. No, it's not.
Contemplative practices are the only thing that has calmed me down, and the only thing that has helped stop those tapes. Contemplative practices. It's hella hard.
You see this shirt? You see this shirt? From the ashes I rise. Do you know how many times I've crashed and burned? That is why the Phoenix is my animal, because every time I've crashed and burned, you come back up. You know, and you come back up better. You fight, you claw, you scratch, and you come back up. And I just try to pay it forward, because been there, done that. Money doesn't buy happiness, and me and my husband are fine, my kids fine, my grandkids are fine. And if I can pay it forward and help out a couple of people, then yay. Okay. What am I going to do? I can't take it. What are they going to do? Throw it in a coffin with me? No. Mutter, I agree. Poor Mr. E, bless his heart. He has mastered the skill of just sitting there listening. Okay. While I rant and rave.
My husband too.
Like 2 hours until.
But Muddy, you gotta love yourself too.
Yep.
You gotta love yourself to a point where, even if you didn't have a boyfriend, you'd still go on. And
Mother knows that we're there for her.
Yep, absolutely.
And so, absolutely. Okay, I'm sorry. I apologize. You said you had questions. Next.
No. I mean, those were my questions. You answered about pets. You answered about family. You answered about your you answered some of them before I even got to them. So.
Yeah, I'm kind of known for that. I started egg and go to Z. I have not been diagnosed with bipolar.
We have a long relationship to add to it from here on in too. So.
I have, like I said, I have not been diagnosed with bipolars, but I have very highs, and then I have very lows.
My daughter is bipolar.
But then, again, oh my goodness. You listen to these doctors, there's titles for everything. Go to this one for this, go to that one for that. And I was a walking zombie taking 8 medications, and they made me do this. the medications that these so-called people that were supposed to help me,
Yes.
hurt me. Not to mention, I had a doctor that, okay, I'm choosing my words here. I had a doctor that physically, he would raid our insurance company. Okay. And this was when we was in Atlanta and living in Atlanta. And, he even talked about my teeth. Okay. Everything, anything to, raid the insurance company for. And he goes, I'm going to do this. And I said, no, I decline. And it was him touching my body. Okay. I'm going to put it that way. And he says, you need to do this. Now, one, I had a full, complete hysterectomy at the age of 23, 24. Wow. Okay. I had the best thing in my life that ever happened. I was one and done. Okay. I knew what I wanted. I was one and done. But anyway, he's like, well, I need to do this and I need to do that. And there was no nurse in the room. That I agreed to one thing, not the other. I kept saying no. I kept saying I decline. I refuse. No, 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 no. And he did. And I come up and off that table, and that was the only time in my life that I was speechless. And he looked at me and he goes, ma'am, are you okay? And I was numb because part of me was all I can say is he better be happy that I was numb, because the other part of me wanted to punch him in the face.
That was disassociation. Yep.
And I did not, and Mr. E was out in the waiting room, and I come out and I was white as a sheet, and he goes, I'm fine. I'm fine. Now, he knows everything about me there is to know since we were like this big. Okay. Talk about marry your best friend. I married my best friend. And I went, it was like, okay, look, I'm a long ways from being a virgin. Okay. And I'm like, okay, there's other women that have gone through more and more difficult. And why am I feeling this way? I just need to get over. I just need to get over. I couldn't.
No, you can't.
I felt like I had been raped. And
in a way you had been.
And, and now ever since then, that was just like an extra straw that added to the PTSD.
It shifts something so deep inside of you that it closes off a part of you that was meant to stay open.
Yes.
And be enjoyed. And that's where the wall goes up. Bang. It slams the wall down.
I have 10-foot wide and 10-foot tall.
Absolutely.
But when we were packing to leave Atlanta to move back to Kentucky, I love it here. That is when I told him. I broke down and told him. And the one thing about my husband is he is very passive, but you don't mess with me.
My husband,
you can walk up to that man and slap the snot out of him, and he's just going to look at you like you're crazy. Okay. But you say something about me or you do something about me, and I promise you, he will eat your lunch. Okay. Yeah. That is when that Marine comes out and because he protects me so much, and he is my rock. He is the one that keeps me stable. And, he was scared to go to work because he was scared of what he was going to come home to. It had gotten that bad. And I knew the signs, and because been there, done that. Okay. I knew the signs, and it was like, okay, I'm going to have to trust this doctor. Okay. Because I was very protective of what I told him. And, so I'm going to have to tell him what's going on. I'm going to have to open up, because that was something else my husband said. He goes, you need to tell him. And my husband doesn't say nothing. He goes in with me. He sits beside me. I don't go into doctor's appointments no more by myself.
I only see women now.
And
for a long time.
I don't care what you're doing. If he ain't there, you ain't nowhere around me. So anyway, he sits there, and we're leaving, and he goes, well, you really need to tell him. And so I said, all right, let me think about it. So I made a special appointment, and instead of every 3 months, I went back about a couple of weeks later, and I said, look, I'm hanging on by thread. And I said, you know me, and you know how finicky I am about my medication, but I need help because I'm suicidal, and I know it, and I know the signs, and there is no talking is going to help this. Okay.
Right.
I have got internet full of free talking.
That's right.
Okay. So I need some type of medical help somewhere. And so and he understood. And so anyway, this is just me, and the struggles and the fights, and I hate to say it, come to find out, ADHD is hereditary. So is asthma. My son has ADHD, and my grandson has ADHD.
So is depression.
Yes. Now, my son, come to find out, when I told him about the new medication that I was taking, he goes, Mom, I've been taking the same thing for almost 3 years. And he says, it's helped me a lot. He says, that's the best thing you could have done. And my son's 40 years old. Okay. I got 5 grandkids, the Brady Bunch, as I call them, yours, mine, and ours, that, are from 9 to 19. So, anyway, him and I are very open with each other. I've never lied to him about nothing. He knows everything about everything. We have a very open relationship, good, bad, or ugly. Okay. Again, I have no regrets. I got nothing to hide, and I got no skeletons in my closet.
Me too.
So that's something else.
I made all my skeletons with my husband.
There you go.
Together since high school.
Everybody, like when they were digging for my real name, I still don't know why they were doing that, but good luck with that. And, why didn't you just come ask? What I've told you, no, it's none of your business.
That's
but,
right.
Still, you could have come asked. And there's a few people that know it, but nobody calls it. But why would they do a mass internet? A clique of people. Okay, a clique of people took it upon themselves to do this, and I'm like, why? This is the biggest waste of time and stupidity. So I always say I play in my own backyard. Very rarely will you see me on somebody's live. I talk too much. That's step number 1. Nobody wants me on their live because I don't shut up.
Neither do I, so we're good.
So it's. I tell everybody in advance. Look, you have to go. Yo, Nyx. Okay. And in advance, you're not going to hurt my feelings. That is the signal. That is the clue. I got. But I've had people come to my and literally say that they don't talk to me because of the fact that I talk so much. And I've tried to bottle it up. I've tried to be quiet. I've tried to, not say anything. Again, that is a mask. Okay.
Right.
And I'm me. I'm tired of that mask. If I talk too much and you don't got the patience for me, I'm sorry. But after, what I just come off of, same with you, take the mask and throw the mask in the garbage.
Yeah, exactly.
Like yourself. Be who you are.
Life is too short.
That's when the healing starts.
Absolutely.
And that's when literally, I promise you, I call it a light switch, or you'll see in the movies where they'll throw back the curtains and the sun comes in, it was that quick, the change in the attitude. So I like honest people, and regardless if you've got something negative to say to me, come to me and say it.
Me too.
I don't want to be surrounded by yes people,
Totally.
screwing up, tell me,
Totally.
and here's the thing, I'm either
And
gonna
that's why I like kids, because they tell you everything right to your face. They
oh,
don't hide anything, and at least you know exactly where you stand with them. And I
yeah.
love that.
That's one thing about it. I got Peter Pan syndrome. I refuse to grow up. I might be 60, but I act like I'm 12. So there we go. And I can outrun most 20-year-olds. So I was blessed with that. I am 5 foot and 109 now. I still wear the same pants now that I wore when I was in high school. And I take after my grandmother.
I wish.
But I am mean as a rattlesnake, and I will climb you like a spider monkey up one side and down the other.
I'm
And
5'2", but I got about 100 pounds on you.
I again, I am trying to be a better person, and this started about 10-12 years ago, where it was like, okay, you really need to control your temper. And I don't drink. I don't well, this is my one and only vice, and honestly there's no nicotine in it. It's zero. Okay, it's more of a glorified pacifier for me to
Sure, why
hold.
not?
So I try to stay off of sugar. I try to live a healthy life. I'm a vitamin junkie. If anything, I take more vitamins than you can throw a rock at. But the only thing is that I just I'm me, and I'm not going to hide it, and I'm not going to run from it, and I am working on myself. Just like you, just like Mother, if we don't like the people that we are, we're the only ones that can change it.
Absolutely.
Gonna happen overnight? No. Oh my
No.
gosh. I've been working on my anger issues for 15 years. I stopped drinking because I drank so much that I blacked out, and I took a swing on my husband.
Wow.
And the day that we got together, I made him a promise that I would never ever do anything to hurt him mentally, physically, or financially. And when he told me that I took a swing on him, that was
Devastated you.
that was it. And
Yeah.
not only is he my husband, he's my best friend, and he's my rock, and he is the glue that I can go to him like a 5-year-old just shattered in pieces, and he is the glue that puts me back together and dusts me off and props me up and says, okay, go attack the world. And
that's spirit for me.
he's
Like I'm married to spirit.
Even when we were not a couple, he's done that. He's always been in my life, and if anything ever happens to that man, all I gotta say is they better build that hole big enough for two, because I'm going in with him. And so he's the reason I'm alive right this minute. He is literally the reason I'm alive. It is not my family. But they called me every name in the book and said that I'd be dead in a ditch by the time I was 25. So, no family support whatsoever. It was me and my kid, and him. And I've got a beautiful family now. My son is married to a gorgeous Texas beauty queen with this round apple pie face that oh my God, you'd kill for, because she's so gorgeous. And she had 3 kids and he had 2, all boys and 1 girl. girl's 19, so I can't baby her. She's done a grown woman.
Oh,
So my youngest is 9, and I got all boys. So, but I'm better at boys because I'm lucky if I can do my own hair. Okay,
I'm better at girls
I'm the biggest
because
tomboy.
I like to do the spa dates and all the kinds of things. We'd send the boys to Boy Scouts and the girls would do the spa dates, but I'm great with both of them. But
that was the first thing that I said. I said, "You see this? If you come into my channel to look at pretty nails, boy, you come to the wrong place. Because right this minute,
my daughter and I are getting ours done on Friday, and I think we have to learn how to do each other's because they're getting too damn expensive.
Oh, tell me about it. But I mean, the colors that you see underneath them, that's mica powder from where I was mixing putties.
I love
Okay,
it.
so, sorry, people.
I usually am picking glue off of my fingers all the time.
I know, right? But I mean, it was just like, I take my rings off and I put them over here, and I have to admit, I'm blessed. I'm blessed, and if Nyx's notions dried up today, okay, I would just say thanks. It was great while it lasted, and I would move on to something else. It everything, again, it has this clothes that I wear. If you want to be truthful about it, and I'm not bragging, I'm just saying, I spend money on 2 things. These are called Beautiful Disasters from bdrocks.com. They are a company that is run by abused women, and the company is for abused women.
Anita, put that in the chat, please.
Anita knows all about it. Now,
what is it called?
You will get sticker shock. Hear me, okay?
No, I hear you.
But okay, I have every outfit that they have. Now, I like yoga pants. These are 100% cotton. They're so comfortable. The shirts come with it, and then they've got the hoodie or the zip up.
What's the name of the company, Nyx?
bdrocks.com. They are also
B as in boy, D as in David.
Yes.
ROCKS. Rocks.
Give me 2 seconds. Let me double check.
Or ROX or
B as in boy, D as in dog, rocks with an S as in Sam's.com.
ROCS.com. Okay.
But the first one that I bought was this one here, and it was because of the Phoenix. And when I started researching the company and I found out more about the company and, about the abuse and battered women and, what the, who owned the company and how it got started and, what it stood for, I did not mind supporting the company. Now, again, this did not come out of my husband's paycheck. This come out of my money that I earned from, Nyx's notions. Same thing with my diamond paintings. Okay. So, other than that, I'm not a big, spendy person. Now granted, I pay at least 5 people at Amazon's paycheck on, every week. But mostly that's because of supplies or, whatever I need, for Nyx's notions. I've got so many clothes that, I've got everything from leather and lace to silk and satin. So, it's like,
I'm a clothes horse too. I love it.
I live in a 1-mile town. Where am I going? I'm not going to debutantes. I'm not going to dinners. And I literally got no room. Not to mention a gazillion pairs of shoes. You name it, I got them.
I'm a hoarder, so
ever since
talk to me about room. That's why I have a curtain behind me.
Green screen. Yeah, it's like a movie projector. I pull it down from the ceiling. But again, all of us here, and I hope I haven't ran off your people. I can't tell how many people's here.
No, we still have 7 in. We started with like 10 or 11, and 2 of them came in and out because they're in Australia and UK and had jobs to do.
Crashly did a drive-by.
Yes,
and I did advertise it everywhere.
But Joy was in and out.
you know, again, I play in my own backyard, and you
I
know,
know you are,
very rarely
Michelle.
do I go lobs, and I was apprehensive. I'm not gonna lie to you, because I feel like, oh my gosh, this is her house. I have to be prim and proper and watch what I say. And I have to admit, I've gotten so comfortable talking to you, you know, because
You too, honey.
we're kind of on the same journey together, you know.
This is
And
good, heart.
Mother, you're in this group as well. So
Yeah.
you know, so is Anita, so is everybody. Um, so you know, like you said, I am a big proponent for paying it forward, because one act of kindness can change somebody's entire life, and it does not
Absolutely.
have to be financial.
Absolutely.
You
The
know,
gal that I gave the baby powder to, who I just bumped into, you know, for her sandy feet. She didn't know that before. She's been living on in Cape May for, you know, for her retirement years for over 10 years, and she didn't know that. And she said, "You know what? You have made my week." You know, something as simple as baby powder, and just like, what if I had not, what if I had been too closed up in myself and not and you know, and decided not to spread a little love today, that day, I wouldn't have been able to. I mean, it didn't mean anything to me just gifting her some baby powder. I mean,
yeah. And that's what I tell everybody. That is my closing statement
yeah,
on Saturday night. I challenge everyone to do one act of kindness, okay,
yes,
for somebody.
yes,
Open
yes,
the door for somebody,
yes,
okay? Help them with their
yes,
groceries, you know. Take 2 seconds out of your
yes,
day to do an act of kindness. And again, it don't cost anything.
and it can save
You know,
somebody's life.
and the only thing about it is sometimes you are going to run up and heed the warning here, okay? Sometimes you are going to run up, and I'm looking this camera dead in the face, and you are going to run up on people that take advantage of your
Yes,
kindness, okay?
yes, yes,
Um, and they are going to hurt you, and it's going to sting like a mother, okay? You have to, it's going to take you down to your knees, because you know, it's not the stab in the back that hurts. It's when you turn around and see who's stabbing you in the back is what's hurtful. So you have to get up, dust yourself off, and go, okay, life lesson, don't do that again.
and
um
this is kind of related to that. And like, okay, people say that, you know, you don't give money to people in the streets or whatever. And I have tons of stories around this, but the only one I'm going to share now, you know, is I did give something to a disabled vet because I was just told in that moment that I needed to. And I did. And I told somebody when I get back home, and I get criticized. Well, didn't you, you know, don't you, you know, you
oh
don't know if
yes.
they were real and whatever. I said, you know what? A friend at my church, one of my members said to me, she said, I do that. And when she gives the gift, she says, if you needed this, God bless you. If you didn't, God forgive you. And walked away. It's like, that's not on me.
Yeah.
If they're mishandling my generosity, that's on them.
Well,
You know,
mine went. I agree. Okay. Mine was rather on the expensive side, and I did something that I have never done. Okay, and that was allow somebody in this black box to cross
mm,
over into my reality.
mm,
Okay. Which, as you and your husband both know, okay, there's that invisible line to where, you know, this is online, this is reality, the two don't mix. Okay. Because you never know you know, who is in that black box. They can appear to be one thing and say they're one thing and then turn around and be something else. And we know this.
Yeah.
But this person that was that broke the dam that let the floodwaters just, you know, out for the depression, had crawled out of this black box into my reality and did major damage. Not just financially. I mean, if it had been just financially, I'd have gotten over it.
Yeah.
But it was mental. Okay. And when it's mental, then it becomes physical. To
Yes,
the
it
point
does.
of where it's physical pain.
Your
Okay.
body remembers. That's why I have fibromyalgia.
Yep. And you know, it's something that I will never forget because of what it destroyed. And it's not so much it was just there was this one and I don't have a lot, but there was this one memory that I had with my grandmother who pretty much raised me. And the only person in my family that I respected, took us on a summer vacation when I was a kid and took us to this place. And I had been trying to get back to this place for 50 years. Okay. And I finally made it back. Um, and this person destroyed it.
This
And
person's what?
this person destroyed that.
Oh no.
And I can't get over that. It's like I waited 50 years to get back to this, to relive that one happy moment. And it was just blown out the water. Uh, Not to mention extremely expensive. Um, and the biggest con ever pulled. Um,
Wow.
and all in a matter of 2 days. Um, I didn't want to believe it. My street smarts was screaming in my head, going, "Yo, you need to listen. You need to listen. You need to listen." And but my heart was leading away. Okay,
Yeah.
and you know, that was stupid of me, because you know I let my guard down. And I can't blame anybody but me for doing that, because I allowed it to happen. And so I think that me taking on part of that blame is what helped me get past that. Because again, I am a firm believer that what happens in your life is because of your actions. Okay. If you don't like the way your life is, you're the one that's got to change it. And, you know, I didn't know that this was going to happen. And if I would have known, I would have sidetracked it a long time ago. But that, I remember it like it was yesterday. That was the final straw. That is what kicked depression. That is what busted the dam of depression and of the loss of my best friend, the loss of my brother, the loss of my nephew, the loss of my that baby. And you know, the baby was, and this was national news. Okay, it literally made national news. And then, you know, all of this with my mother and her, you know, tracking me down, and the way it's done. And
Mm.
it's just like, how did the outside invade my world, you know?
Yeah.
And it just, I shut down. I shut down. It was just, be still, because I was so scared of what I was going to do that it was just don't move, be still, stay. You know, just don't move. And no joke, I dove into a video game and I didn't think about nothing. I took a month off. I gave my YouTube channel to Cindy Michelle. Thank you again, Cindy Michelle, for that month. She ran my Saturday Night Lives, hiring Mr. E for a month, and I took a month off. I literally it was like video games, and granted, you can't totally walk away from a business, so I was a little bit in the background, but I walked away from the computer.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I walked away from social network and
Yeah.
um I social media, and I just I had to the month helped, but at the same time as the months went on, okay, the hole just kept getting deeper.
Yes. Yeah.
It wasn't turning around, and I
Yes.
couldn't figure out why. Why? Okay, the drama's over, everything's over. It's I'm trying to move past this. I'm trying to see the sunshine again.
It's like walking through a swamp, though.
Yeah, I was walking through a swamp. That best analogy you can give.
The mud just sucks you down, like betray you in the swamp.
Yeah. I have not. The only person that knows what I'm talking about is the person that done it. There's only one other person that knows the full complete story. It is not for public. I will never name drop on that. I will because I'm not that kind of person.
I wouldn't want you to.
And I will never do that. Now, I surprised the heck. I surprised the heck out of a couple of people a couple of months ago because I did a YouTube video. Again, I don't talk unless I got facts and paperwork and everything to back it up. Okay. And I had a person make a YouTube video about me, and they took one of my lives and spliced it and cut it, and took a conversation and chopped it up and was only pointing out certain things, and it's like no, 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 we're not going to do that. We're gonna tell the whole story. And I had the camera was not fixed on me, the camera was fixed on the whole story. Okay, the visual proof, the paperwork, let's say. And it was like no, and that's the only time that my husband looked at me and said yeah, step up. And normally he's got me by the belt loop going, okay, you don't, no fight, no fight. But this one time he looked at me and he goes, no, step up, because this was defamation of character,
Defamation. Yeah.
defamation of my business. We were in business, and I cut all ties. And it was like I tried to do it as business professional as possible. And however, when the attacks came, you're not going to crop, chop, and splice badly at that. A video, screaming and yelling at me, and and slander my business. That's not going to happen. And so that is since 1994. Okay, DOS boards. Okay, I have never done this until then, and it was more or less to protect my brand. I am vicious. I am vicious when it comes to my brand. That is my name.
That's your life's work, you know. That's
your name and your word is
your reputation.
That's one thing you can't buy, is a good reputation.
And that's part of the reason that, and I would tell the story to you in private, but when my reputation was attacked as a minister, that's was my nervous breakdown. When my
I'm so sorry.
When my I was told that I was lying about something, and I absolutely was not.
And that's the hardest thing, you know.
Yeah, and I, you know what? Of all the other things that they could have attacked me, when you attack my integrity, that's it.
Yeah,
That's it. You're attacking my soul. Because that's all you have: your reputation, your integrity, who you are. And the whole system needs to be revamped, and I'm going to be, in a little while, when things get settled again, I'm going to be working to help get the system to a point where it doesn't happen to anybody else. I'm not the only person that this has happened to in this way. And yeah, and to have it happen amongst a group of ministers, so the system has to change. And I've learned not to internalize everything. I have learned not
you're
to
gonna teach me that
attack
trick.
other people because of it. I have learned to attack the problem and the issue and the system that created part of that problem, and work toward bettering the system. That's just in my situation. I'm just saying that that's the way my situation worked out. And it's only like I said, it's only in the past year that I have healed tremendously, and in the past 6 months where I feel like I'm out of it.
The hardest thing that I ever did was take the high road with the person that broke the dam. I took the high road.
Yeah, that is
And
hard.
I did not want to. Every fiber of my body look, I had jail money already in my pocket, okay? You know, or bond money, and
I was ready to blow up my career, but just to make my
I was. I
Yep, me
was
too.
ready to
Yep.
implode my business, blow up everything, and
Me too.
I was done. And the hardest thing, that and I sit here and look at these papers every day, all day, because the bank account don't lie. The bank don't lie. Okay. And the memories don't lie. And you know, I just, that was the hardest thing. Even today, that is the hardest thing that I am having to deal with. Because even behind the curtains, this person is still doing damage, and I know it. Okay. Um, and every day I have to tell myself, you know, high road, high road. You got better things to focus on. You got better things to do. And you might not have a lot of friends, okay, that come to your lives or what have you, but the people that you do, Mutter, okay, Anita, all right, they're genuine, they're real, and they care. Okay. They're not fake. They're not wanting something for nothing. Okay.
Absolutely.
They're you know, we're friends, okay? And you know, they understand me, I understand them, and that's what I call a friendship.
And that's how Gemma and Zara and I bonded too in all this.
Yeah.
You can be a world away and you can still be sisters.
I can vouch for that. My best friend was in Canada for 25 years, you know, and Harry and I were never in the same room together, never laid eyes on each other. And again, I still feel that to this day. I don't. I don't. I think it's the ADHD thing, or it could be the way I was raised, because we were not allowed to show emotions. Okay, because again, and it wasn't just me; it was the generation. You were seen but not heard. Okay.
Yeah, and I lived most of my life trying to be invisible so my peers wouldn't see me. I was always
Well,
great
this
friends
was
with my
more or less with my
teachers. It's a
family.
little bit different. My family was fine, but well, half of my family was fine.
I was the black sheep of the family, and
Me too.
but
Me too.
again, it's
Me
like
too.
I don't know how to grieve. I don't know emotions. I know how to be this, what you see right now, and being a kind person, being an open person. And the other side of this coin is, I'm gonna rip your lungs out with a spoon. But
That
then
I'm good at.
that's the street smarts talking.
Yeah.
That is the
I don't
fight
have any
or
street
flight.
smarts, but I've got the emotional intelligence, the EQ.
Yeah,
I've got that in spades because of
that's the defensive. That's the
yeah,
defensive barrier.
yeah.
Um, and it tickles me. I see a wrench by Mutter's name, and it's like, I'm thinking about my dad's automotive shop and this big wrench that he used to have that he worked on 18-wheelers with, and it's like, yeah, that would have made a good weapon. But yeah, but again, the hardest thing is doing nothing. The hardest thing
Yes, yeah.
is, instead of exploding, you
Yes.
implode. And that's what I did.
I
I
do that too.
imploded. And I took the high
Yeah.
road, okay? And I didn't go there, but I literally imploded. Everything just kind of sucked inward. And it was like I was in the black hole, and there was just no getting out.
Yeah.
But I have to admit, now I am, I am doing fantastic. This magic little pill over here, if you want me to get, I will be more than happy to share that with you in a message. Okay. Because I don't want to tell nobody.
I've got one that works on my fibromyalgia and my depression, and I'm down to one pill instead of like 8 or 10. So I'm good. I'm good right now. Thank you.
I got two, and that's it. I got two.
I've got
The
my
magic
emergency
bullet
stash,
for
but then I've got
sleeping.
my
Do you have
daily.
insomnia?
Yes.
Oh my God, I will go 4 and 5 days and not
Yes.
sleep.
Yep.
However, since he put me on this new medication, that's all I do. I mean, I'm sitting here making putty, and I wake up 3 hours later, and I still have the jar.
I hear ya. I hear ya. I
And
can
I'm
do
like,
that
what
too.
the
I'm
heck?
sitting there diamond painting, and all of a sudden it's like, or on my phone, doing a phone game, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, my Comcast had changed from a YouTube video to the background music that I like to keep it on, and I'm like, when did that happen?
I mean, oh, thunder. I don't sleep. I have never, even when, and I mean, this goes back to childhood, okay?
Oh,
Because
I slept like a rock. I slept
no,
so much that my husband had to wake me up when the babies cried.
the nightmares were real, okay? Because here's the thing: when
Oh
you
yeah,
have nightmares, there are people that have nightmares and wake up
yeah,
and go, "Hey, that was a nightmare," and go on.
yeah. No,
Mine, when I would have a nightmare, I would dream about something happening to my son, something happened to my husband. It felt real. I would wake up with panic attacks. I would wake up with I felt like I was having a heart attack, you know.
oh no.
And it stuck with me for
I've learned
days.
dream interpretation because of those things, and it saved me. Good night,
Yes.
Dawn. Thanks
Good
for
night,
hanging in with us so
Dawn.
long. And I know we're going on close
Thank
to
you for being here,
4
sweetheart.
hours, and we do have to wrap it up. I mean, I'm sure that you and I could talk all night long. We do have to wrap it up, and you don't sleep either, much.
No.
Yeah, no, I used to sleep like a rock. Yeah, when I slept next to my husband. But since since I haven't been able to lay down to sleep, and yeah, it's been difficult. And I keep myself awake too with my thoughts and stuff. So, but
Um,
we do have to wrap it up. Is there
no,
any last minute things that you'd like to say to everybody, especially to the replay crew?
guys, Phoenix Fantasy still open. Okay, we're doing weekly whips and trivia and all kinds of other stuff. Swing by, love to have you. It was
Absolutely.
beautiful meeting all the new people tonight. Also, too, in October, we are having ADHD event. Okay, and ADHD awareness is orange. Okay,
Doing
and it's
that.
in October.
I'm doing that.
The only and you can, I'm not a stickler. There is no bells, whistles, hoops to jump through
Me
all
either.
of this. It is not going to be as big as Phoenix Fantasy. I'm sorry, I can't afford that. However, we will have good little prizes and what have you.
Can
And
I donate something toward it?
sure, yes, please, yes, please.
I'm working on something, and we're getting prototype. We're working on our molds and our prototypes, and once that's together, I might send you one or two to test, see what you think. And
I do say, girl,
if you like it,
testers are, hey, I got a bunch of them and I love my testers. So you need help, I got you. But in October is busy. Everybody does a lot of stuff. So if
yeah,
they're using a a diamond painting for another event, they're welcome to use it in ours.
yeah,
I don't care if it's got one orange drill on there, as long as it's got an
cool.
orange
That's
something
cool.
somewhere. Okay.
Yeah.
And because that is going to represent ADHD. Also, too, it cannot be Halloween. Uh,
Good.
a lot of people have addressed that was disrespectful if we allowed that. So that was the only stipulation is if the difference between fall and Halloween is if a pumpkin has the face cut out. If it's
Okay.
fall and
That's
you got
fine.
pumpkins, that's great and fine. If it has eyes, nose, and a mouth, that is considered Halloween. No ghosts, no goblins, no witches. A matter of fact,
There's enough events and challenges out there that you can use all that stuff on.
there you go.
Yeah.
Again, the only thing, it can be anything. It can be a flower. It can be whatever you want. It's just got to have orange in it. You could do a tiger.
Love it.
Who's got the tiger? Dreamer's Design's got the tiger. And
Oh, Dollar Store has a tiger.
oh, there you go.
Dollar Tree has a tiger.
There you go. Which, by the way, please send me the link again. So I can do a small shop haul.
Absolutely.
Shoot that to me in Messenger. But anyway, I thank you. It is 3 hours and 45 minutes and 59 seconds. And I have enjoyed talking to you. Thank you for being patient with me and my flapping gums because you wouldn't believe how many people that say they won't talk to me because I don't know how to shut up.
Oh, then they're missing out.
Um,
Then they're missing out on the wonderful person you are. I have enjoyed this so much, and part of being a spiritual companion, it's part of learning how to listen, but it's much more than that. It's making soul friends, and I thank everyone who has stayed with us for or jumped in and out or will watch all 4 hours of this live, and I
if
hope
you're
that
watching this down the road, hashtag replay in a comment section.
there
Okay.
you go.
She gets points. So if you're watching this down the road, please, 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 the algorithm does pick up on comments and it will
Yes, they
help her
do.
a lot. Also, please make sure to give her a thumbs up
Yes, thank you.
and share this video with your friends and your groups.
And I hope that it more than from a business standpoint, I hope that it's encouraged somebody out there. I hope that somebody found a little hope in this, that they're not alone, that they, reach out to one of us.
Ditto.
Jump into the next Tuesday night chat or something like that and just lurk for a bit if you're not comfortable. Just say hi, something, anything. Just email me, wanda'sworkbasket@gmail.com.
Yep.
And, or one of us. Don't let your depression sink you to a point where it's going to pull you under and drown you in that swamp. There are those of us around who will listen, who know where you've been, who care that you're there, and want to listen and love you through it. So, we've been there. We've had people listen and love us through our hard times, and still do. And we love each other through these things. And we find each other's. We find common, sisters in this. So it's much more than
not to interrupt, but do you know how therapeutic you have been for me tonight? Do you know that I have talked about stuff tonight that I've never talked about live?
Really?
And thank you for that. Thank you for being such a kind, warm-hearted person that you made me feel comfortable enough to be able to open up to you and tell you about my life and some of the things that, because I am, again, a very shut off person. But it was just like, we've been lifelong friends. And so thank you. Thank you for listening to me and hearing me.
Thank you for trusting me with it.
So you're never alone. Mother, you're never alone.
Yes.
Anybody out there in Summerland, you're not alone.
Miss Lizard and Tammy and Anita.
Yep.
And Dawn and Joy and Crashly, and everybody who's been in here, my Zara, my Gemma. Every one of us goes through something that's tough, and just know that you can reach out and just either do something minorly kind for someone else, or just listen. Open your heart and listen, and just know that one of us will. If you need us, one of us will. So please,
there you go.
Reach out if you need to. We're here.
I can't say it enough. I mean, even if you just want to come hang and talk on Saturday nights, I mean, hey, we'll have therapy sessions.
Saturday nights at Nyx and Tuesday night at Wanda. So
there you go.
Cool. We got you covered twice a week.
But anyway, I
thank you so much. And thank you for being a sponsor. And those trays are gorgeous. I can't wait to share them.
They're coming.
Oh, I know. There you go. They're gorgeous. I can't wait. I can't wait to share them with everyone. And
they're coming, baby, and they're gonna have goodies in them. And I will do my best to get them in the mail tomorrow. You will definitely 100% have them by the 1st of August.
And you are now one of my favorite things.
Thank you. And you are one of my favorite things. So before I get on another topic and start talking about something else, I am going to zip my lip. I'm going to say, I love you, everybody in chat. Please make sure, if you're watching us down the road, to leave Wanda a hashtag replay in the comment section. This really, really does help her. Please give her a thumbs up. Miss Wanda, I expect to see you in my live Saturday nights. I will be sending you invites, okay? If you can make it, that's great and fun. If you can't, I totally understand. You are under no obligations. However, I am adding you to my list of people that I send invites to every Saturday night. And if they show, they show. They don't, I totally get it.
Awesome.
So anyway, Thank you for having me. It has been a blast. I'm going to leave so you can tell your people and everybody good night, because if not, I'm going to keep talking.
Well, the only good night I'm going to give to everybody is my Sally Star ending. Sally Star was a gal on Saturday morning who used to play cartoons and used to encourage my heart every Saturday morning. And she would go, "Love, luck, and lollipops. Mwah. Love ya. See you next
Love
week.
ya. Bye.
Bye, everybody. Good night, everybody. Love ya.
Goodbye.
Bye. Yep. Plenty of links in the chat, and we hope to see you soon. Don't forget to fill out the Google Doc so you're eligible. We got 3 more people sign up there on their Google Doc while we were here, so that's awesome. Don't forget, all the links are down below in the description box. They'll be on the Facebook group very soon, along with all the codes. So can't wait to see ya. All right, bye everybody. Love ya. See you next week.